showtime.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Leander's Bible Stadium for tonight's District 13 5A Division II matchup between your Cedar Creek Eagles and Leander Glen Grizzlies live on SHN Sports. Now, alongside color analyst Bobby Morgan, put your hands together for your voice of Cedar Creek football, Scotty Martin.
Welcome to Bible Stadium, everyone. My name is Scotty Martin, as just alluded, but alongside me tonight is going to be the godfather of Creek Broadcasting, Pete Riefel. Bobby Morgan is at home with a new baby girl.
Congratulations, Bobby.
Yeah, absolutely. So tonight brings us to a cold and dreary Bible Stadium here in Leander. About 50 degrees is going to be at kickoff. I don't think it's going to drop any, though. The front has moved through. It's going to stay right there around the 50-degree mark with a slight wind out of the north, 5 to 10. It is homecoming tonight for the Glen Grizzlies. They are performing their normal halftime routine right now, pregame, due to the elongated festivities of homecoming. And so that's where we are tonight. Cedar Creek coming in 4-1, 1-1. Huge, big. I can't think of a euphemism big enough to tell you what that win meant to the program last week over Bastrop.
Oh, man. Bastrop Bears came into Memorial Stadium looking for another upset over the Cedar Creek Eagles. And the Eagles this year with behind the likes of A.C. Collins and Cade Edwards and Reggie Smith and who else? Javon Livingston. Mm-hmm. They weren't having anything to do with it. They knocked off the Bears 17-7 for the first time. They had a victory over the Bastrop Bears in varsity football. We've beat them in other sports, but that's the first time we have beat the Bears in Memorial Stadium and varsity football. So congratulations to the Eagles on that. If you don't do anything else the rest of the season, you got bragging rights in Bastrop County.
That's right. But I promise you, if I know Coach Edwards and the kids, they have forgot about that already because it is Glen Grizzlies tonight. Coming in tonight, 2-3 overall, 1-1 in district are the Grizzlies. They lost an opening week 41-13 game to Liberty Hill. Come back and lost 48-29 to McNeil. Then they beat McCallum 35-14 the following week. They also beat Elgin here at Bible 21-16, and then they lost a big one at the P Field last week to Weiss 42-0.
Yeah, that one there's got me baffled because I'm hearing a lot of mixed things about Weiss. You know, I'm hearing they got this gigantic defensive line that's just raising havoc on everybody. But at the same time, Bastrop. They lost, or Glen beat Weiss. No, Glen lost to Weiss, but Bastrop beat Weiss, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, and we beat Bastrop, and we're playing Glen tonight. So, if you really play if you're a Vegas kind of guy and you want to play the odds, then the odds tilt in the Eagles' favor tonight over the Grizzlies. Don't get me guessing what kind of score it's going to be. Fortunately, the wind has calmed down. The wind was gusting earlier today, sustained like around 25, 30 miles an hour. At least it was out in Bastrop County. Here it seems to calm down a little bit. We have a couple small little sprinkle rain showers in the area. Nothing severe, so we don't have any lightning delays. Looking over the horizon, looks like to the west here maybe. We're seeing a lot of rain coming from clouds, but that's miles and miles away from Grizzly Stadium here tonight.
If you look about 15 miles right over that light post right there, that's where my house is. So this is like a home game for me. I'll be home. All right. I'll be home in bed before midnight.
Before I hit the highway. Yeah.
Tonight, that's right. To recap, Cedar Creek season, of course, open week, 47-0 win against Reagan. Come back the following Thursday on a short week at the AISD Game of the Week at Burger Center. We went in and beat Aikens at home. That's a home game for Aikens, 34-12. Then we come back the following week at home at Memorial Stadium and win in a nail-biting fashion over the Fredericksburg Battling Billies, 20-12. Going in off of a bye week, we head down to Brenham, where we take our first loss of the season, 44-20, and then we bounce back last week, again, as we've alluded to, against Bastrop at Memorial Stadium with a 17-7 victory. We'll go take a few quick breaks, and then we're going to come right back. I'm going to give you some stats for the season, kind of update where we're at, some district leaders, and more here on the Creek Broadcast Network. My name is Scotty Martin with Pete Riefel. We'll be right back.
The Creek broadcast team is here. We are very excited to tell you about a brand new local family-owned restaurant right here in Cedar Creek, Leo's Italian Grill. Leo's offers authentic Italian cuisine with a nice southern flair, surrounded by an atmosphere that welcomes family and friends. Whether it's for lunch, dinner, or watching your favorite sporting event on the big screen, it's Leo's Italian Grill. Check them out on the web at www.leositaliangrill.net. Everything you need is right there at your fingertips. For a full menu, daily specials, go to leositaliangrill.net. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your neighbors. Let's go to Leo's. Hey, Eagle fans, looking for a professional and reliable insurance company? What are you waiting for? Call State Farm Insurance now at 512-581-3939 and talk to Agent Lori Tuggle. Lori and her professional, knowledgeable staff will assist you with all your insurance needs. Whether it's home, auto, or life insurance, they have what you want in an insurance company. Located at 815 Highway 71 East, Suite D, Bastrop, Texas. That's Lori Tuggle, State Farm Insurance, the name you know, like a good neighbor. State Farm is there. This segment of Cedar Creek Eagle football is brought to you by Bastrop Mobile Services. For mobile mechanic service and repairs on the go, call 512-718-8297 or find them on the web at www.bastropmobileservices.com. Welcome back to the Cedar Creek Eagles Glen Grizzlies, brought to you by Leo's Italian Grill with the Creek broadcast team live on SHN Sports.
All right, welcome back here to Bible Stadium. As we recap here, moving into week 6 of the season, your passing leader, of course, is Ty Pruitt. He's 41 of 97 for 514 yards, 5 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He hasn't been perfect, but he hasn't thrown a pick all season. Dominique Mojica, of course, is your rushing leader, 44 carries for 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. Receiving-wise, we've got a kind of a group of receivers all right there grouped together. Payne Allen, of course, has got 6 receptions for 56 yards and a touchdown. Colton Fitzhugh has 10 receptions for 157 yards and a touchdown. Javon Livingston is the leading receiver, 19 receptions, 279 yards and 3 touchdowns. And then Zane Allen is coming in clutch with a few big receptions as well, 5 receptions for 46 yards. That sums up the Creek offense through week 5. Here's where it gets interesting with the Creek defense. Cade Edwards is your leading tackler, 52 tackles, 2 sacks, 11 forced
Forced plays.
Yes, 11 quarterback hurries.
There you go.
Right. Ian Flowers.
No more Coke Zero.
Ian Flowers has 25 tackles, 4 sacks, 10 hurries, an interception, and 2 forced fumbles. So we talk a lot about Cade and we talk a lot about AC, but really Ian Flowers has been just lights out all season long on every snap of the game. AC, as we just talked about, 99, of course. Everybody knows AC, 31 tackles, 3 sacks, 9 hurries, and 2 forced fumbles. Josh Garza, the stalwart tackler, at 39 tackles. Reggie Smith, this surprised me. This stat absolutely surprised me. 27 tackles, 5 sacks, 9 hurries, 3 forced fumbles. He is our leading sack.
Wow.
Yep. You think Ian Flowers, you think AC, it's actually Reggie Smith.
Well, we talked about that earlier in the week when you were sending me some of those stats. I thought they were interesting because it makes it look like AC Collins isn't necessarily doing his job, but it's just the opposite. He's drawing so much attention that he's freeing up space and freeing up opportunities for his middle linebackers and his outside linebackers because he's getting tripled and double teamed to keep him out of the backfield because they know what kind of threat he is.
Well, that is correct. He is a force, and he takes up it's 11 on 11, right? But when one guy takes up 2 or 3, that frees up, that creates a mismatch, and that's definitely been in our favor.
And the
all
speed
season.
of the speed of Reggie Smith, by the time they see where he's at and where he's coming, they can't catch him.
So last week we had Peyton Tuggle in studio with us on that game.
Pay.
And he's like, you don't realize how fast him and Cade Edwards are until you're sitting up here looking at him from an Eagle vision. They close on the ball lightning fast.
Absolutely. Cade's always been good. I mean, since Cade started, he's always had a vision for the ball and the way the play develops and stuff, whether he can just read the offense or whether he just that quick to react.
Yeah, he's super quick.
Very, very, very talented young man.
Javon Livingston, of course, plays all positions, offense, defense, special teams, you name it, he's out there. He also has 17 tackles and an interception for a touchdown on the year. And then Ashton Figueroa, as well, has 11 tackles and 2 interceptions on the season. For the Glen Grizzlies, that's a tough one to say.
What'd you eat tonight?
Their quarterback is Drew McGuire. He's 40 for 91 for 564. He has 4 touchdowns and 3 interceptions, right? So not as clean as Pruitt. Now, they are a running team. They've got 3 backs that all have a lot of yards on the season. Their number 1 back is going to be Rondrick Stubblefield, number 13. He's got 40 carries, 266 yards and a touchdown. Julian Morris, number 21, is going to come in right behind him. He carries the ball more. He doesn't have as quite of explosive plays. He's got 56 carries, but only 257 yards. However, he's a bell cow in the red zone. He's got 4 rushing touchdowns on the season. And then Shamir Nichols doesn't have the carries that the other boys have, but he's got 3 touchdowns on the season. So what that tells me is he may be a little bit of a bruising back that they use in the red zone. Now, I'm going to get on a little soapbox here because as good as our coaches are at updating Max Pretz and defensive stats,
soapbox.
Glenn is the opposite. They have 0 defensive stats on Max Pretz.
Well, I mean, I don't know who the responsibility is, and we can't hold that against them. Sometimes teams and coaches, coordinators, whatever you want to call them, like to hold their cards a little close to their chest.
Correct.
They don't want people to know that they have that one guy or 2 guys, or it could be the totally opposite. They may not have a whole lot of stuff to put in there as well.
That may be very true too. And from a snapshot standpoint, if you just want quick hitters or snapshots, Cedar Creek 132.6 passing yards per game on average, 57.8 rushing yards per game on average. We've scored 17 touchdowns. We're averaging 55 tackles a game. We have 16 sacks on the season and 4 interceptions. I mean, our defense has just been all over it. Conversely, Glenn, very similar passing yards, 137.4 passing yards per game. Here's where they succeed, and here's where they excel, 189.4 rushing yards per game. So expect a heavy dose of the run tonight. However, that plays perfectly into our defense.
Absolutely. That's all I got for that.
Okay. They have 14 touchdowns on the year, even though they're 2 and 3.
We stand ourselves.
Yeah.
All right.
Like I've always said, I don't know squat about football.
So, district leaders are out this week. We've got a lot of players inside the top 5-10 spots in the district. Here's how it breaks down, both for us and for Glenn. Drew McGuire comes in at number 3 in district passing with 564, just ahead of Ty. Ty Pruitt's number 4. He's only got 50 yards less at 514 yards. Rushing yards, they have the number 8 and the number 9 rusher in district in Rondrick Stubblefield and Julian Morris. Of course, we went over those stats, 266 and 257 respectively. Dominic Mojica, now there's not a lot of gap, though. He comes in at 13, but he's only 57 yards behind Julian is on the rushing side. Receiving-wise, again, we're kind of neck and neck, very similar. Jarvis Henderson is their number 1 receiver. He's got 348 receiving yards on the season. Javon Livingston is our number 1. He comes in at 4, right behind Jarvis with 279 yards. However, Jarvis doesn't do what Javon does on defense. Tackle leader, no surprise, Cade Edwards, number 1 in district, as he was last year, 52 tackles on the year. Josh Karza comes in at number 4 with 39 tackles on the season. AC comes in at number 6 with 31, and Reggie Smith at number 10 at 27. So we have 4 of the top 10 tacklers in this district on our defense. Sack leaders, again, no surprise here. Reggie Smith, number 1 in district with 5. Alfred Collins, number 2 in district with 3. And then Cade Edwards, number 3 with 2 Edwards. So we have the 1, the 2, and the 3 top sack leaders in district.
Well, we hope that hopefully they have the opportunity to get into that backfield. Hopefully the offensive or defensive line can contain the running game that Grizzlies are bringing to the show tonight.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think we'll definitely pad those defensive tackle stats. I don't know how much opportunity we're going to get to sack the quarterback, being that they are an option run team. So we're going to see a lot of pitches, a lot of trying to get outside around the edge, and that kind of has been a little bit of our hindrance here in the past couple of weeks. The one thing that we had a hard time stopping against Aikens and against Bastrop was the sweep. Once you get out around our defensive ends, that's been our issue. That's been a huge problem for us. So it'll be interesting to see what Coach
our
Edwards.
Secondary has always been an issue as long as I can remember. I mean, this is my 5th year doing this, and our secondary, we've always had issues with our secondary because in the earlier years we would take people out of the secondary to put them in other places, and whether that helped or hurt is, it was seen, it was obvious. So, but at the same time, Coach Edwards, being his 5th year here this year, he's no stranger to trying different things, mixing it up to see what works, see what the formula really is.
He will, and so far this year, pressure has been the great equalizer in a couple of games. We've got about 5 minutes here remaining in pregame. Folks are still filing into Bible Stadium. If you didn't know better, you would think we were sitting at Mile High in Denver on a Monday night because the Glen Grizzlies look exactly like the Denver Broncos in color. They're going to wear orange uniforms with blue helmets and blue numbers. We look exactly like the Indianapolis Colts in white uniforms with white helmets and blue numbers and striping. So the kids
Denver's
are inside.
not very good this year. So Denver's not very good this
They're
year.
not. Indy seems to be pretty good even without luck. So maybe that's a good omen.
Well, they beat Kansas City, so I mean, they can't be too bad.
That's right. So the Glen Grizzlies just came out of their tunnel on the field, of course, led by the American flag, the Glen Grizzly flag, and the GHS flags.
And look at all the little Grizzlies, little Cubs.
Oh, man, a bunch of them.
Holy cow, it's like a fire ant mound.
It is. It looks like mini Denver Broncos running everywhere. Of course, in our tunnel, led out by the American flag and the Texas flag, as always. We'll be right back. We're going to take a quick break. We'll get the kids on the field. We'll go do the national anthem. We'll do the coin toss, and we will be underway shortly. This is the Creek broadcast team. We'll be right back.
At Roscoe State Bank, we're more than just banking professionals. We're your neighbors. Family owned, the bank first opened its doors in Roscoe, Texas in 1906. Since then, we've expanded to new locations, including Bastrop. We strive to be the best neighbor possible to those we serve, offering great products, the latest in mobile and online banking, convenient hours, and more. All with the highest level of customer service because that's what neighbors deserve. Roscoe State Bank, building community one neighbor at a time.
Leo's Italian Grill is a proud sponsor of the Creek broadcast team and Cedar Creek Athletics. Located at 887 Highway 21 West in Cedar Creek, Texas. For information and a full menu, look them up at leositaliangrill.net. Grab your friends, grab your family, and let's go to Leo's. The Creek Broadcast Network. Out of all the high school sports broadcast teams in Texas, we are one of them. This broadcast is brought to you by Roscoe State Bank in affiliation and cooperation with SHN Sports. You're listening to the Creek broadcast team on SHN Sports. Welcome back to Cedar Creek Eagle Glen Grizzly football, brought to you by Lori Tuckle State Farm Insurance and the Creek broadcast team live on SHN Sports.
All right, we're back here. We're going to tune in live to the choir singing the national anthem. We'll be right back. got a beautiful rendition of the national anthem as the color guard does exit the field. Cedar Creek will now move and get the captains ready for the coin toss. The captains for the Glen Grizzlies look like it's going to be number 48, Kalen Guyton. Number 44, Derek Childs. Number 32 is going to be Ryan Muella. And number 53 is going to be Slade Joseph. Of course, our captains, as they have been all season, number 45, Josh Garza. Number 99, Alfred Collins. 42, Cade Edwards. And 21, Dominique Mojica.
All right, ready for some Cedar Creek Eagle football live from AC Bible Junior Memorial Stadium. What a beautiful night for football. This is what it's all about right here, Scotty. Nice, cool weather. All the bands and the color guards and the drill teams are all dressed to the nines as far as not only staying warm, but I see the drill team over there for Cedar Creek is sporting some new outfits. Kind of cool, those blue kind of flowing duster type uniforms. As the coin is tossed, it looks like
Cedar Creek won the toss, and they will defer.
And Cedar Creek wins the toss. They're going to defer to the second half, so the Eagles will start the game by kicking off to the Glen Grizzlies.
That's the beautiful part about this stadium is they have such a good PA announcer and a loudspeaker, so he helps us out a lot. Yeah, so Cedar Creek will be kicking off left to right with the wind at their back. The Glen will start off the game passing into the wind from right to left here at Bible Stadium. If you've ever been here before, you'll know what I'm talking about. The Jumbotron / scoreboard to our right. Leander High School up on the hill to our left. It is still a very cloudy. The rain has held off. It does look like it's kind of coming down in the distance here, but nothing here as we start.
The wind looks like it's kind of swirling a little bit. It's really I'm looking at, I got several flags over here, including the American flag and Texas flag, and they're not really, they're kind of northeast, or south, southeast, kind of breezy, but kind of swirling at the same time. So here come the Eagles.
Back deep to receive for Glen is going to be number 20. Jarvis Henderson. And number 17, Alexander Townsley. Kicking away tonight for the Eagles, at least for now, because we know they switch a lot, is going to be Mason Selby, number 14. He's got a fair amount of kicks this year as him and Diaz share time putting the boot to the leather. 12 minutes on the clock. Ball is teed up. Cedar Creek's lined up. Glen's lined up to receive. And I have no idea why they're waiting. Okay, here we go.
You're listening to the Creek broadcast team on SHN Sports.
The kick is away, and it's going to bounce at the 20, picked up at the 15 by number 17. It's going to be brought down right across the 22 to the 23-yard line. Is Alexander Townsley, and that's where Glen will take over, 1st and 10 from their own 23-yard line. You're right. We are way up here.
Yeah, special teams really got on that quickly. They was only an 8-yard return. He picked it up right about the 15.5-yard line and got to about the 23. So it looks like they're going to start 1st and 10 deep in their own end.
Yeah, they actually spotted that a yard back at the 22.
Oh, at the 22. So
good spot for the Eagles.
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Man in motion for Glen is number 13. It's going to be a fake handoff, hand up the middle, where he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage by a pile of Cedar Creek defenders. It may be a loss of a yard. We'll see where they spot the ball. It's going to be very close.
Looks like they gave him the line of scrimmage back.
Yep. So that'd be 2nd down and 10 now for the 22 on the no-yard run.
That left side tackle started out by Ian Flowers, number 90, and joined in by 10 other Cedar Creek Eagles.
Twin back set for Grizzlies. It's going to be a handoff sweep coming right. He's going to be met in the backfield, slips a tackle by Cade Edwards, and up across the 25 to the 28-yard line before he's brought down just shy of the 30.
So Cade Edwards gets into the backfield, gets a hand on him, slows him up. He's able to trip away from it. Cade Edwards on the ground on top of a offensive player, gets up, comes and makes the tackle on this guy. That just shows you what he does.
Hurry up offense for Glenn on 3rd and 5. 3rd and 4 officially. He's changing the play. The backs are in motion. Offset I formation for Leander. Handoff up the middle on the left side is. Lord, was so high up here I can't hardly see. Carried by number 13, Roderick Stubblefield, enough for a first down as he gets across the 30 up to about the 35-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 near hash mark for Leander.
So far, you've been right, Scott. It's been the running game. It's been pushing that defensive line around, trying to open up some holes, but they're getting some good second efforts. 13 again with the handoff.
Yep, handoff on the right side this time, going to be met at about the 42-yard line by Ashton Figueroa, a pickup of 8 on the sweep.
So Roderick Stubblefield's coming out, but I think they're just giving other backs a chance here, but he's small and he's fast. He's very similar to the Brenham quarterback we played against in Brenham that was so elusive.
And talking to the voice of the Grizzlies earlier, they are going to make a lot of substitutions as part of their MO. Handoff coming right or left rather. He's going to be ran up out of bounds or tackled just shy
Big Reg
of the 42-yard line.
Oh, no, that's 32.
Yeah, it's 32 on the tackle. It'll be Jafar Johnson. Alfred Collins there is backup. That's going to be a pickup of 1. Where it'll be 3rd down and 4. Looks like the marker guy will quit moving. 3rd and 3.5, we'll call it. Ball spotted at the 42. Shotgun formation from McGuire. 2 back sets off to each shoulder. 2 wide outs and a tight end set up top side. We're on the near hash mark playing right to left. McGuire in the shotgun snaps back. It's going to be a handoff going right, and he's going to be met behind the backfield by Cade Edwards. It's going to be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th down and 4 here for Glenn, and punt team comes on. So a good stop, first series of the game for Cedar Creek as they stopped him in their own side of the field. Punting into the wind. This ought to be good field position for Cedar Creek. Back deep to return is Ashton Figueroa.
Do you have any idea how hard it is for me not to talk?
We'll talk about this in just a minute. Punts
There's
away, and it's a
one.
good punt. It's going to bounce at the 35 and be out of bounds at the 31-yard line where Cedar Creek will take over. First down and 10. 8:37 here remaining in the first quarter. This is the Creek broadcast team. We'll be right back.
You could be my love, even if the sky is falling down. I know that we'll be safe and sound.
So many Americans struggle with finances. Starting today, State Farm is here to help, giving us all the chance to simply sit down and learn. Visit letstarttoday.com or talk to an agent.
We're safe and sound.
Welcome back to the Cedar Creek Eagles Glen Grizzlies, brought to you by Leo's Italian Grill with the Creek broadcast team live on SHN Sports.
All right, we're back here at Bible Stadium. First play for Cedar Creek was a run. Dominique Mojica for a carry of 4. 3.5. We'll bring up a 2nd down and about 6. Shotgun formation for Pruitt. He's got 2 wide receivers here to the near side off his right shoulder. Mojica is set up off his right shoulder. Alfred Collins tight end. Cade Edwards tight end. A 2 tight set. The handoff to Mojica up the middle. He goes across the 35 up to the 37-yard line. Well, that'll bring up a 3rd down and about 3.
So picked up another 3 on there. I think Dominic, or what we refer to as Domino's Pizza, is going to get quite a few carries tonight, try to wear down that defensive line.
I think he's such a powerful back, too.
He is.
Shotgun formation for Pruitt. Mojica set off his right shoulder. The snap's back. He's looking right. He's fine right. He fires the Mojica in the swing pass out of the hands of Mojica, and that's going to bring up a 4th down and 3 here, and more than likely a punting situation. I don't know that Edwards will go for it this early in this field position. We shall see. I don't see any indication that they're not. And here comes the punt team.
Well, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, I guess. Starting out kind of slow here in the first quarter.
Yeah, and that's kind of our MO. We're going to feel it out, beat them up a little bit, and see how it goes. And so what we were just alluding to a minute ago as we get ready for the punt, back deep to return for Glenn looks to be number 8, Jaden Simpson, is our roles have completely reversed tonight. Typically, I'm the guy sitting over there telling you what happened.
Ooh, that was close. I think he actually got a hand on it.
And Pete is the guy calling the plays, and that ball's going to come up just short of the 45-yard line. I think they're going to spot it at the 45. So not a real good punt for Cedar Creek with the wind in his back. But as Pete alluded to, it may have been tipped.
He was right on top of it. I don't know how he didn't block it. Somebody dropped their assignment on the offensive or the special teams line, their offensive line, because that guy shot through there like a cannon.
So
it was a high snap, too, so he had to control it as well, so he didn't have a lot of time.
Yeah, so Glenn takes over about where they left off 4 or 5 plays ago. Now here, first down and 10 from the 45. Far hash mark is McGuire in the shotgun. The snap's back. He's going to roll right. He's looking, he's firing. He has a man open. He's dropped. Dropped at the 48 is the pass. Intended receiver.
Davin Winston, number 20.
On the coverage?
No, on the drop pass.
No, he plays for us.
Oh, wrong one. Sorry.
Jarvis Henderson.
Jarvis Henderson
on the drop.
The other Davin Winston. There you go.
That'll bring up a second down and 10. 7:27 remaining here in the first at Bible Stadium. Shotgun formation for McGuire. He's waiting for he looks to the. So if you've never seen him play, he gets a call from the sideline every play. So he gets under center and he backs up, looks for the sideline, gets the real play, and here we go with the real play. Shotgun formation.
Ooh,
it's going to be an option pitch for McGuire. He's going to keep it up the middle, across the 50, 55, 40, 45, 30, and he's going to be brought down right at the 20, 31-yard line. Well enough for a first down on the 22-yard carry by McGuire.
26-yard carry.
26. My math isn't great. First and 10, McGuire in the shotgun pistol formation for the Glen Grizzlies. But again, they're going to move out of that. The real play has come in now from the sidelines. It's going to be an offset back in the backfield. McGuire trips to the near side. Single receiver to the top side. Man in motion is Roderick Stubblefield. It's going to be a handoff to Stubblefield on the sweep. He slips a tackle up across the 25.
3 tackles.
The 20, now up to the 16-yard line before he's ridden out of bounds by the Eagles at the 16-yard line. That's going to be enough to a first down and to move the change. About a 16, 15-yard carry for Stubblefield.
The only thing I can see so far is that the Eagle defense just aren't finishing their tackles. The young man, he's small and he's fast and he's not giving up off the first pop. But to miss 3 tackles and give the guy an extra 8 yards is something that needs to be fixed.
Yes, it does. It needs to be corrected shortly here. First down and 10, 6:41 remaining. McGuire in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff sweep. Left comes Stubblefield. He's going to be up across the 15 and brought down about the 13-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 6. Depending on the spot, we're going to call it 6 at the 13. That'll bring up a second down and 4 for Glenn here inside the red zone. 6 minutes and counting in the first quarter. Trips to the top side now from McGuire if the play stands, the formation stands.
It's the 6th play of the drive.
Single back off his left shoulder. Man in motion comes 8. No, that's number 2 in motion is going to be Joseph Rivera. It's going to be a keeper up the middle across the 10, brought down about the 9-yard line. It's going to be just a yard shy of the first down. It's going to bring up a third down and 1.
It's going to test the Eagles right here. If they can hold them to 3. I mean, so far they've capped off they're fixing to try to cap off a 55-yard drive here.
Shotgun formation for McGuire originally. He's looking to the sideline for the play. It's going to be an offset I formation in the backfield with McGuire at shotgun. Snaps back. It's going to be a handoff. Rolling left, up across the 10, across the 5, does the big man, down to the 4-yard line.
Ian Flowers on that tackle.
Julian Morris on the carry. Again, we alluded to it earlier. He doesn't have a ton of carries, but he's got a lot of touchdowns. He is a little bit bigger back, and he's going to be a bruiser down here in the red zone.
He carried 3 Eagles about 3 yards right there.
He sure did. Shotgun formation for McGuire. He checks the sidelines. 5:06 remaining here in the first. Ball spotted at the 4-yard line. Offset I formation. Shotgun back. Snaps back. It's going to be up the middle is the big man. He's going to rumble, stumble, break 2 tackles, and across the end zone for a Glen Grizzly touchdown. Julian Morris 4-yard touchdown run. First score of the game. Glenn up 6-0.
He's a big boy. He's hard. He's going to be hard to contain. But I mean, just on that drive alone, 9 plays, 55 yards. I can't. I lost count on how many missed tackles there were.
Yeah, you would have to, 10 or 15 easy. Snaps back for the extra point. It's up, and it is good. With 4:53 remaining here in the first. Good Lord. Glenn 7, Cedar Creek 0. We'll be right back.
Hey folks, this is Pete from the Creek Broadcast Team for Hours RV Service Center in Georgetown. All the RVs that I see on the road these days, how about having a peace of mind knowing that your RV is in tip-top shape by taking it to Hours RV Service in Georgetown. Located at 8480 Interstate 35 in Georgetown, Hours RV Service will make sure that your coach, fifth wheel, or pop-up, or bumper pull are all ready for the road. They honor all major service contracts, so you don't have to worry about voiding any warranties. Hours 5-star review customer service will make sure that you have the peace of mind to enjoy that vacation. Call Michael at 801-671-8672 or find him online at www.hoursrv.com. That's www.auersrv.com. No job too big, no job too small. In and out quickly, and most large projects are out in less than 5 days. Electrical, air conditioning, new installations and modifications, all available at Hours RV. Hours RV Service Center in Georgetown, the small business that's big on service.
All right, back here at Bible, Glenn tried to go for an onside kick. It did not work. Recovered by Clavin Cleric at the 30 and gets it up to the 35-yard line where Cedar Creek will take over. First down and 10 here. 4:48 remaining in the first. Little trickeration there.
Little trickery, a little tomfoolery.
I don't think they really want to kick it deep to Javon Livingston. I don't think many teams are going to want to do that after watching what he did at Fredericksburg.
Well, the Grizzlies out to a quick 7-0 start here just after their second possession, capped off a 9-play drive, 55 yards. Number 21 in from 4 yards out for the Grizzlies, Julian Morris with the tally.
Shotgun formation for Pruitt, offset eye. It's going to be a bumble stab right into the hands of Mojica, luckily, but he's going to be brought down just a yard shy. The shotgun went right through Pruitt's hands, but right into Mojica's hands. Thank goodness. We retain possession. We do lose a yard, or about a half a yard, apparently, by the spot, which we're going to be just shy of the 35-yard line on the real close to the near hash mark here. 4:25 and counting here in the first. Offset eye for Pruitt. Shotgun formation. The snaps back. It's going to be a handoff from Mojica up the middle. He's got a little seam up across the 40. I thought it was a keeper, but it wasn't. A very good fake by Pruitt, but Mojica on the carry up across the 42, right at about the 41-yard line. A gain of 6, where it'll be 3rd and 4.
So that's one thing. I mean, Ty is good at that play action faking where he's able to. 3rd down and 5.
Shotgun formation for Pruitt. Offset eye. He's going to roll left. He's looking left. He squares his shoulder and he fires, and it's going to be complete up across the 50 to about the 46-yard line.
That number 7.
That is number 7. Clavin Cleric on the reception. Enough for a first down and to move to change here. 3:38 and counting.
He's not even on here, is he?
Who?
Clavin Cleric. Not on. Oh, you got a different roster.
I do. Offset eye.
I got like Bob's roster.
Handoff up the middle is Mojica. He's going to be met. Second effort, though, is going to keep his feet moving up across the 45 to the 44 on a second effort. He was stopped by the defensive line of the Glen Grizzlies, but he bounced off them a la Barry Sanders, bounced outside and picked up a gain of 2. It's going to be a 2nd down and 8 here on a second effort by Mojica.
How long was that reception? Did you see?
It was at the 35.
18 yards.
Right at about 20. Snap back is going to be a pitch over to Payne Allen. He's got a blocker up across the 40. He goes. He'll be brought down at the 35-yard line. Just enough for a first down to move to change here on the swing pass to Payne Allen. Again, we need to take advantage of these last 2 minutes here with the wind to our back. If we're going to do any passing, it's going to be a little trickery there coming into the wind for the passing game. Two wide receivers spread to the top side or the left side of Payne Allen. An offset eye off Payne Allen's left. Still running a single tight end formation here in the shotgun. Snap. Handoff. Mojica. No. Quick pass. Oh, and dropped. Dropped at the 30-yard line by Payne Allen. And that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10. Alfred Collins in the game now at tight end. Cade Edwards takes a break.
So trying to just give Pruitt a little extra time, bringing Alfred Collins in on the ends, like on the defense or the offensive end, like that tight end. I mean, that was a low pass. I mean, that would have been really difficult for Allen to catch.
He would have. Shotgun formation for Pruitt. He's going to roll left. He's going to set up. He's under a little bit of pressure. He escapes. He fires. That ball's going to be intercepted at 30, up across the 35 to the 40, now across the 45-yard line. It's going to be Ty Pruitt's first interception of the year, intercepted by number 17, Alexander Townsley, and that's going to set the Grizzlies up right at midfield to start their 3rd drive here, and the first interception by Ty Pruitt.
He really forced that one. I mean, he was trying to throw it against his body on the run. It's a difficult pass. He's tried to make that pass several times during the season so far. I don't know what exactly the stats are on that, but I don't think they're in his favor.
Well, that's his first INT on the season, but it does set up the Grizzlies in great field position here with 2:33 remaining in the first. Shotgun formation, man in motion, goes with Noah Reinhold. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, Noah keeper up across the 50, down to around the 45, right at the 45-yard line. A pickup of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 4. Hurry up offense for Glenn. Except they hurry up and get set, but then they takes their time to get the play in. A la, who else does that? Oklahoma State does that.
We do that.
Yeah.
Well, it gives the coaches up in the booth time to read the defense, see what's going on.
It does. Again, quarterback keeper up the middle, across the 42 up to about the 40-yard line. Going to be enough for a 1st down on the 5-yard keeper by McGuire, and that's going to set up a 1st down at the 41 where they spotted it.
So the Glen Grizzlies are definitely methodically moving the ball on the ground. I think they've passed once, and it was an incomplete pass.
Alfred playing nose tackle now. They have shifted him into the middle to try to stop this running game, and that play does go for a little bit of a gain. Cade Edwards on the stop, up across the 38 to exactly the 38 is where they're going to spot it. We'll bring up a 2nd down and 7 now. 1:11 here remaining before we flip sides. Trips to the near side. McGuire rolls out left. He's looking downfield. He's got a man. Ooh. Oh, and almost intercepted by Javon Livingston at the 25 was McGuire. It's going to be an incomplete pass and stop the clock here with a minute left. 3rd down and 7 now for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, I don't think he saw that coming until after it was. I think it might have been tipped by that receiver. I don't know if he tipped it or not, but he did see it. Seemed like he reacted to it late.
3rd down and 7 here. Eagles with a chance to make a stop and it either have to be. They probably have to go for it at this field position because it's kind of out of kicking range. The snap's back. It's going to be a sweep left. Cade Edwards is going to be slipping out of the tackle of Cade, but Josh Garza is going to clean that up here 2 yards shy of the 1st down. Goes Shamir Nichols on the sweep. And that's going to bring up a 4th down and 3 now, certainly in 4-down territory here. A little bit too far to kick into the wind and not far enough to punt. So it's 4th down and 2 for Glenn. Shotgun formation for McGuire.
Eagles are showing blitz.
The snap is back. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and it's going to be a stop.
Oh,
well, second effort might have got him the 1st down. That's going to be very close. I think I may want to – oh, they're going to give it to him.
Yeah.
Wow. Super close.
Run. I think he stopped him, but then he slung him forward. Then he slung him around and threw him over the 1st down marker.
He did. J.J. Barrios on the carry, enough for a Grizzly 1st down, and that's going to do it here for the 1st quarter. We're flipping sides, and we're going into who's our second quarter sponsor?
You tell me.
That would be
State Farm?
Bastrop Mobile Services.
Bastrop Mobile Services.
We're going into the Bastrop Mobile Services second quarter here when we come back. We'll be right back.
This segment of Cedar Creek Eagle football is brought to you by Bastrop Mobile Services. For mobile mechanic service and repairs on the go, call 512-718-8297. Hey everybody, SHN Sports and the Creek broadcast team are here, and we are proud to tell you about our new friends over here at Leo's Italian Grill. Located right here in Cedar Creek, Texas at 887 Highway 21 West, just west of Memorial Stadium. Leo's offers great Italian food with a smooth southern flair. Open Monday through Thursday 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., Friday and Saturday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., and Sunday 12 to 5. Leo's is the place for great Italian food. For more information and a full menu, check them out on the web at leositaliangrill.net. Leo's is a proud sponsor of Cedar Creek Athletics. Tell all your friends, let's go to Leo's. Welcome back to the Cedar Creek Eagles Glen Grizzlies live on SHN Sports. Brought to you by Bastrop Mobile Services.
All right, we're back here at Bible. Shotgun formation for McGuire. The snap's back. He's going to look right. He's going to fire right. He's got a man open deep, and he's just going to overthrow the outstretched hands of Jarvis Henderson. That would have been a sure 6 as he was on man coverage, and he had Dalen Jackson beat.
Which is really surprising because Davin is very quick.
Dalen Jackson.
So he either made a late decision or it was a good pattern, good post pattern ran by Jarvis.
Look.
Or is that his name, Jarvis?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Jarvis Henderson, yes. Brings up second down and 10 here. Ball spotted at the 33. Just started the second quarter here at Bible Stadium. So far, so good on the wetness out of the sky. Not a drop has fallen. Knock on wood. Shotgun formation for McGuire. Backs to each shoulder. 2 wide receivers to the near side. It's going to be a keeper up the middle, and he's going to be met by Ian Flowers and ridden across the 30 down to the 28-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple. We'll bring up a third down and long here for the Glen Grizzlies.
It's the 9th play of the drive. They definitely know how to eat the clock up, that's for sure.
Their stats alluded that they were definitely going to be a running team. And by committee. Offset I. Shotgun formation. Almost. Pressure for Cedar Creek. It's going to be, and almost intercepted by Damian Perez, rather. McGuire under heavy pressure by Ian Flowers and crew.
Well, it was a snap on his left arm, and it almost lucky he didn't fumble it in the backfield because his running back was right there, and it looked like it actually bounced off the running back into his arms before he was able to get control over it.
It did. That's going to bring up a 4th and long here. Again, not in any position to kick a field goal, but not in any position to punt. So you're kind of in high school, what I call high school no man's land, where you kind of just got to go for it here. Shotgun formation for McGuire, offset I. He's changing the protection. There's going to be a timeout by Glenn. He did not like that either. He was trying to get us to jump off sides, but nevertheless, first timeout taken for Glenn, and that'll lead us to a quick timeout as well. 11-17 remaining here in the second. Glenn 7, Cedar Creek 0. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Creek broadcast team on SHN Sports. Bastrop Mobile Services is a proud sponsor of Cedar Creek Athletics. This broadcast is brought to you by Roscoe State Bank in affiliation and cooperation with SHN Sports. You're tuned in to the Creek broadcast team on SHN Sports. Welcome back to the Cedar Creek Eagles Glen Grizzlies live on SHN Sports. Brought to you by Bastrop Mobile Services.
All right, we're back here at AC Bible Junior Memorial Stadium where we have a 4th down and 7 for Glenn. Ball spotted at the Cedar Creek 28-yard line. Cedar Creek has a chance to turn the ball over on downs here. Shotgun formation, offset I is McGuire. Snaps back. He's rolling right. He's going to fire right. He's got a man wide open again, but well underthrown was the pass. That allowed Dalen Jackson to get back in coverage, and it ball hit off the back of Dalen Jackson, and that's going to be a turnover on downs for Glenn and set up Cedar Creek 1st and 10 at their own 28. Had he had enough arm there and could have got rid of the ball 2 or 3 seconds sooner, that was touchdown.
I mean, it looks like, we've seen Dalen in that position before where he plays the man and doesn't really know where the ball's at. And if that ball would have been thrown just a hair harder, that would have been spelt disaster.
Yeah, or if Dalen would have turned around, it would have been interception.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Looking at the ball, it's half the battle.
Yep. Yes, it is. Offset high shotgun formation for Pruitt. The snap's back. It's going to be a flag on the play. It's going to be a quick pass over to Payne Allen. It's going to skip into Payne's hands for an incomplete, but there is a flag on the play on the near side of the field. Pruitt did take a shot at the end of the play, but it was after the flag, I believe. This is more than likely a defensive offsides.
False start.
Yep, illegal formation. So that's why they let it continue. It's either a defensive offside or a formation penalty. Not if it had been a false start, they'd have stopped the play. And it would have cost us 10 instead of 5. So that sets us back 1st and 15 now. Ball spotted at the 23 here. 11:04 remaining before half. Again, folks, we're going to jump to the SHN Friday football broadcast at halftime as Glenn does their homecoming. Snaps back. It's going to be a incomplete pass. Screenplay intended for Payne Allen, brought down or broken up by the Glenn defenders. Well, that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 15 here. But as I was saying, Glenn's going to do their homecoming festivities at halftime. We're going to jump over to the SHN Sports Desk and let those guys bring you up to speed on what's going on in Central Texas High School tonight.
Hopefully we'll bring you back in time to listen to the Cedar Creek Eagle marching band.
And we can bring you back at any time. That's right. Shotgun formation, snaps back for Pruitt. He's looking left. He's going to roll left. He's under a little bit of pressure, and he's going to smartly throw this ball away.
Man, oh, man.
Nobody open on this side of the field. They shut down. The play was intended to roll right. However, the Glenn defense shut that down, so Pruitt had to escape left and just did not have the wide receivers or the routes he was looking for here left. Man coverage on Livingston. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 15 here for the Eagles. Pruitt on shotgun. Snaps back. It's going to be a fake handoff. Another flag on the play. Pruitt's got lots of time this time. Now he's under a little pressure. He's going to scramble. He's looking for a man. He directs and he throws it out of bounds. But there is a flag on the play again. It's either going to be one of two things. Illegal formation or defensive offsides. And the referee's talking to the Glenn Grizzly coach, so it looks like it's going to be on Cedar Creek. They have a choice to either take the penalty or decline it and move it to 4th and 15. I'm assuming they'll decline.
This is not the way the Eagles wanted to start, I don't think, but I've noticed that when we've been down and early in the game before, we have a very difficult time coming back from that because I really think it affects their psyche because I'm not sure what the coaches are saying or telling them from the sidelines or from the booth up here because it seems like they never get it and put it in high gear unless they're already in high gear.
Sure. Well,
I know it sounds negative. I'm not trying to be, but it's a pattern. And
you go back to Fredericksburg, and it took a kickoff return to kind of spark. But defense kept us in it. We're only down a score, right? So if defense can close this out or get the ball back so we can get a chance to score here, we're okay. The snap is back for Shelby, and it's going to be punted. It's going to look like a blocked.
Yeah,
but it's going to take a good Cedar Creek roll up across the 50, now across the 40, and it's going to be brought down or lose momentum there at the 38-yard line. A decent punt under heavy pressure for Shelby Morgan, and it does flip field position and sets Glenn up in their own territory here. 10:33 remaining in the second.
About a 38-yard punt.
Yeah, under deep pressure.
Yeah, I don't know how he missed that. It's the second one he had an opportunity to block, and I don't know how he missed it. I think he got a piece of it.
Well, that's really the second week that Morgan's been under deep pressure because he almost got tattooed twice last week.
Well, I don't know if it's just he's just slow to get rid of it or, I mean, obviously that time nobody touched that kid coming through. I didn't see who it was, but.
Nevertheless, 1st down and 10 for Glenn at the ball spotted at the 38. Shotgun formation for McGuire. And what do we do?
It's like they called the timeout. I think Cedar Creek called the timeout.
Yes. Okay. Now finally the umpire gives us the call, and it was a timeout. Cedar Creek. 10:33 remaining here in the second. Creek Broadcast Network. We'll be right back.
The Creek Broadcast Team here for Bastrop Mobile Services. Serving the surrounding area since 2009, they offer a huge variety of services for you and your vehicles with affordable, competitive prices. And they have a only 5-star rating shop in Bastrop County. They offer on-site services and repairs for all cars, trucks, makes, and models. Fleet services to keep those crews on the job. Farm equipment service and repair to keep those hay bales stacking up. They work on heavy equipment to make sure you meet that deadline. They also have on-site professional welding services. It doesn't matter what the repair, big or small, on the go, or in their fully equipped shop. Call 512-718-8297 and set up your appointment today. Or you can find them on the web at www.bastropmobileservices.com. That's Bastrop Mobile Services for quality service on the go. Welcome back to Cedar Creek Eagle Glen Grizzly football, brought to you by Lori Tuggle State Farm Insurance and the Creek Broadcast Team live on SHN Sports.
All right, we're back here at Bible Stadium where the first play out of timeout was a 2-yard run on a sweep play by Shamir Nichols, brought down by Reggie Smith right at the 39-yard line. So it'll be a pickup of 2, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and 8 here, 10:08 and counting.
Well, like we said earlier, we're in the silence of the press box here. The Roscoe State Bank press box, I might say.
Snap back. It's going to be a slant play and connected across the middle. Goes Jarvis Henderson up across midfield all the way and brought down at about the 28-yard line. Pickup of about 45 yards on the slant pass.
So he started out the 37, so the 50, that's 13, 23, and 8. So 31 yards.
31 yards from McGuire to Jarvis Henderson. Snaps back. He's going to roll left. He's going to be under pressure by Reggie. Now he's under pressure by Cade. He's back up near midfield, and he's going to have to smartly throw this ball away. Cade Edwards and Reggie Smith on the pressure.
Cade's showing he's really frustrated. He just kind of give the old, with his arms, like he really wanted that guy back because that would have dropped him for about a 20-yard loss.
Yes, that's right. So blitz called by Cedar Creek here. 2nd down and 10. Shotgun formation for McGuire. He does have a set of wheels, and he will run a lot tonight. Offset eye shifts the backs. The snap's back. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and he's going to bounce around and get across the 35, up down to the, 25 rather, down to about the 21-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 3, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 4. Hurry up offense for Glenn. He ran 15 yards and only made 3. But that's because he zig and zagged through the through the middle there. Shotgun formation for McGuire. He's calling out plays. 8:46 remaining here in half. The snaps back. It's going to be a quarterback keeper up the middle, and he's going to have no go up across the 20, but that's where they're going to give him the forward progress, where he is met by Alfred Collins and crew, and that's going to bring up a 4th down and 2. Now, this is kicking territory, so we'll be interested to see what they do here. The wind is at their back. They could tack on an additional 3, but it sure looks like they're going to either try to get us to jump off sides.
Well, they got the Eagles on their heels here. They know they can pretty much do anything they want except pass the ball. They're going to get 3-4 yards every run like they've done so far the whole first half.
Man in motion. Snaps back. It's going to be a rollout right. He's going to be under pressure by Ian Flowers, and he's just going to have to throw that ball away.
Yeah, that's incomplete.
And that's going to turn the ball over. Cedar Creek holds. 7:58 remaining here in halftime. This is our chance to get some points on the board before half. If nothing else, we need a long, sustained drive so that defense rests for a minute.
Absolutely. Ian Flowers, he's been very active. this first half so far. He's been in on almost every play, and you're right. The defense has been on the field a long time this first half.
Yep, and you think it's cold out there, so it's not hot, but I promise you under those pads, you were hot. hot. Shotgun formation for Pruitt. Mahalik off his left shoulder. 2 to the near side, 2 to the top side.
Pruitt been very ineffective so far this first half. He really needs to do something to get some momentum going into the second half.
Snaps back. He's looking left. He fires left. He finds Payne Allen, and that's going to slip out of bounds for a gain of 4. Stops the clock with 7:53 here in the second.
Looks like they only gave him 3. He should have spun to the inside instead of the outside, but I guess it stops the clock. I'm not sure what
it does. Second and 7. They did give him 3. Methodical drive. We'll take 3 at a time because that'll get us 10.
Yeah.
Shotgun formation for Pruitt. Or is that Tim Caldwell? That is Tim Caldwell in the backfield.
Timmy Caldwell in the backfield.
Shotgun formation for Timmy. Snaps back. He's looking left. He's under pressure. He's going to fire over Javon Livingston up across the 35 down to the 38-yard line. On the slant play goes Javon Livingston from Tim Caldwell. And that's well enough for a first down.
That was a great pass by young Timmy Caldwell. Interesting to see why they took Pruitt out. I mean,
yeah, I'm not sure.
I mean, it's to me from up here, it's kind of
Caldwell on the rollout. He finds Payne Allen up across the 40 and up to the 45-yard line before he steps out of bounds.
Maybe this is a spark the Eagles need. There's a little fresh meat in there. A little fresh. I meant to say fresh feet.
Fresh feet. Fresh feet.
Fresh meat too, I guess.
They're going to say he went out of bounds at the 43, so it's going to be just shy of where I thought it went out of bounds. It's going to be a 2nd and 6. Ball spotted at the 43. Shotgun formation for Caldwell.
It was a tough battle.
Snaps back. He's looking right. He fires right. He's got a man, Vin Clark, across the middle, up across the 35 or the 45 down to the 40-yard line. On the slant play goes Clavin Cleric, and that's going to be enough for another Eagle first down. And you're right. We talked to Coach about that in this offseason. It was a quarterback battle coming into the season. Austin American Statesman actually reported that Caldwell had won the job erroneously. Pruitt had won the job. But we do see, and we don't know what's going on with Pruitt. He may be something going on. We don't know. But Caldwell is at the helm right now. Shotgun formation. The snaps back to Caldwell. He's under pressure. He's going to be sacked.
Oh, and he loses the ball.
He loses the ball, but it's going to be scooped up by Glenn.
Dang it.
At the 46-yard line of the Eagles, and that's where Glenn will take over in enemy territory here. The drive stalls. 6:53 remaining here before halftime.
2 guys were on him so quick he didn't even have a chance to spin out or to run away from it. So, again, the offensive line is just not holding the defense, whether that was a blitz or not. I mean, we've got to be able to see that.
Yeah, it was bad coverage on our offensive line, but nevertheless, Glenn under center. McGuire in the shotgun. The snaps back. He's looking left. Now he's going to go right. Man coverage. He's got a man.
He catches it.
And he comes back to the ball.
Oh, no.
That's going to be intercepted. Oh, they're going to call him out of bounds. Almost intercepted by Dalen Jackson, but they're going to call him out of bounds where it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Exact same thing. Almost bit him again. He did not turn around and look for the ball. He just plays the man, which is going to get him in trouble if he starts making contact. It's going to end up being pass interference.
Right. Well, they call that face guarding too, and so you have to learn to stop face guarding and read the ball. And when the ball carrier starts looking up, turn around and look up.
Yeah.
Offset eye for McGuire. It snaps back. It's going to be a handoff. Rolling right. Running right is around the edge. Goes number 13, Roderick Stubblefield. It's going to be enough for a pickup of about 8, it looks like, from the spot, maybe 9. Well, that'll set up a 3rd down and 1, 2 officially. 3rd and 2. 6:37 here remaining in the halftime. He got out of bounds, so that will stop the clock for Glenn.
Eagles, I can tell just by looking at their body language, they're tired on defense. They are extremely tired. Looking at Josh Garza in the middle there, it's kind of like, man.
Handoff up the middle. Oh, my God. Hello, Alfred Collins.
That's a That's an abrupt stop.
Yes.
That was.
Rondrick Stubblefield is not a very big kid by any means of the imagination, and he just got swallowed up by a 2-yard loss for Alfred Collins.
You take 280 pounds versus about 160 pounds. You add those two together, that's a 420-pound impact.
It was.
It
was.
And AC brought it all.
4th down here. Another 4th down play for Cedar Creek. We need a stop. Ball spotted at the 38, 4th and 4. 6:01 remaining. Snaps back. Going to be a handoff up the middle, and he's going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage, but he's going to second effort.
Oh, look at that. Almost got it.
Up to the 35-yard line, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. Cedar Creek holds again. The defense stepping up big, stopping the drive, getting the ball back in the offense's hands. Offense has to do something now. We've got 5:51 remaining before halftime. We have to get our head straight and make some points. And even if it's a field goal, we got to get on the board going into halftime.
You're listening to the Creek broadcast team on SHN Sports.
Well, Pruitt's back in the game. Let's see what he can do. Not sure why he had to have a little rest, maybe a slight little adjustment on the tutelage, maybe.
Yep. Pruitt under center, shotgun formation, Payne Allen in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Payne. It's going to be a flea flicker, but that's going to be fluttered out of bounds.
Yeah.
Not a very good effort by Payne Allen. I don't know when the last time the young man played quarterback, but it wasn't recently.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to throw off your back foot, that's for sure. That was a wounded duck.
Yes, that was a duck. I wish we had like a shotgun. 2nd and 10 now, 5:45 remaining. Ball spotted at the 35-yard line of Cedar Creek.
I think we need to stay with just playing, maybe not so many trick plays, just kind of concentrate on just doing what we need to do.
Pruitt fires across the middle to Van Cleric, up across midfield, brought down at the 49-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of 16 yards on the slant play to Van Cleric. Van Clark?
Vin Clark.
Vin Clark.
Vin Clark,
So the E is silent.
Yes.
Okay, Vin Clark.
Vin Clark, yeah. First time I pronounced that name, I called him Vin Clarick. Sam laughed for probably 10 minutes straight. I had to go to a commercial break.
Yeah, I'm very literal. I sounded out the way it spells. So, Vin Clark.
Vin Clark.
Pruitt in the shotgun, snap back. He's going to roll right. He's under a little bit of pressure, but he's got to set his feet, and he's going to throw it out of bounds. Intended for Vin Clark again. Well, that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 here. 5:07 remaining here in the second quarter. God, I feel bad. I've been calling him Vin Cleric all
that's all right. There's a Dawn Vin Clark that works at Cedar Creek High School.
Okay.
Yeah, she organized all the gold out stuff and all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was a huge success last week to go out.
It was. I mean, we had a huge crowd on both sides.
Shotgun's back. He's going to fire again, intending for the slant to Vin Cleric. Again, Vin Clark. Overthrown. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 10. I think he was double covered there. We might have gone to that well a little too much, but I think what we're trying to do is get single coverage for Javon Livingston down here. Once we do that, once that safety cheats over, he'll go after Javon, especially with man coverage. 3rd and 10. 5:03 here in the second. Shotgun formation for Pruitt. Mojica set off his left shoulder. Snaps back. It's going to be a false start, Cedar Creek.
I mean, Grizzlies are only bringing a 3-man rush, yet we have 6 guys on the front line that are having a hard time stopping those 3 guys. I mean, they're getting a push. It's going to back them up 5 yards, so it's going to be 3rd and 15. But, I mean, I don't understand where all the pressure's coming from.
Well, that's kind of been our problem all season.
Yeah.
If you go back and look at all the tape on the games, offensive line has struggled a bit this season. 3rd and 15. Payne Allen in motion. It's going to be a fake handoff to Payne. Ties under pressure. He's going to have to get rid of it quick. He's going to try to run it, and he does, but only back up to the line of scrimmage, and that's going to bring up a 4th and long. Pruitt under tremendous pressure, luckily escapes the sack and gets back up to the line of scrimmage, but nevertheless, 4th and 15 here, 4:54 remaining. Ball's going to be spotted right at the 49-yard line, or the 44-yard line.
Jaden Simpson back deep for the Grizzlies, standing on his own 20. Well, now he's moving. 25-yard line.
hopefully we can get a clean punt away because Selby does have a pretty decent leg. Snaps back. It is going to be a clean punt this time. It's going to be a wobbler punt. It's going to take a Cedar Creek bounce right into the arms of the Glenn receiver, and up the sideline he goes, out of bounds across the 43-yard line, and that's where Glenn will set up shop. 4:43 remaining here in the halftime. Cedar Creek 0, Glenn 7. We'll be right back.
This broadcast is brought to you by Roscoe State Bank in affiliation and cooperation with SHN Sports.
Welcome back to the Cedar Creek Eagles Glen Grizzlies live on SHN Sports. Brought to you by Bastrop Mobile Services.
All right, first down and 10 here for Glenn. Shotgun formation from McGuire. The snap's back. It's going to be a handoff, and it's going to be brought down in the backfield. Hard fumble on the play, and they're going to call him down. Alfred Collins blew that play up, brought him down for a 6-yard loss. The ball will be spotted now at the 35-yard line. Will be 2nd 16 for Glenn. 4:20 and counting here in the second.
So A.C. Collins getting his wheels towards the end of the first half here. Got to put some pressure on that quarterback. We need to make quick decisions off that defensive line to sustain that running game they have.
Roll out right goes McGuire. He's under pressure by Ian Flowers. He's going to throw it, and it's going to be caught.
Nice catch.
Great catch by number 28. Kobe Sorrell, the tight end, just shy of the first down at the 50-yard line. We're bringing up 3rd down and 1. Nose of the ball just against the 50-yard line marker, near hash mark. 3:58 here in the second.
Ian Flowers had him dead to rights, but he was able to scramble away with his speed and get that pass off.
Offset eye goes the backs. Shotgun formation from McGuire. Snaps back. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and he's going to be just across the line of scrimmage up to the 49, the opposite 49-yard line. A pickup
showing him
2,
short,
and that's going to be. They're going to hold him up right there at 4th.
Oh, nope. Where are you spotting that?
It is. I mean, they may have to call for a measurement here because that spot is going to be very, very close. Yep, they're going to have to call for him. They're going to have to call for a measurement.
Oh, they're going to give it to him. First down.
Oh, wow. Okay. Let's not do what you signaled to do, and let's just give it to him.
Wait a minute. He said, now they're waiting.
Yep, first down.
There they go. They're bringing it. Yep.
All right, first down and 10 Glenn now. It looked like the umpire wanted the spot, but the side judge said no.
Yeah.
I thought this was the umpire's game.
Well, the guy on the far side there standing at the 49 there had it spotted back closer to the 50-yard line, and then the other guy changed it.
Correct. Offset eye goes the Grizzlies. Shotgun formation from McGuire. It's going to be a rollout. Keeper looking for a pitch, but he's going to be met just across the line of scrimmage by Ian Flowers and Josh Garza and crew. Reggie Smith coming up at the bottom of that pile. It's going to be enough for a gain of 1 here. 2nd and 9. 3:14 remaining here in the half.
Well, I mean, it's not the half isn't over yet, but I'm really surprised that it's only 7-0.
Shotgun.
Grizzlies.
Rolling right goes McGuire. Left rather. He rolls left. He fires out of the outstretched hands of his receiver, number 8, Jaden Simpson. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 9 here. Ball, since it's incomplete, will be stopping the clock at 2:51. But this is kind of, Pete, what our defense does. They just keep us in it. We've got to figure out how to get some points on the board. Yes, can our defense score? Absolutely. However, we can't make them score.
This is going to be all fine and dandy for district play, but if these kids make the playoffs, this kind of football is not going to work.
Defense will get us in it, but offense eventually is going to have to win.
They're going to have to do something, yeah.
Shotgun formation from McGuire. One man in motion. He's going to look right. He's going to fire right. He's got a man wide open, but he's going to well overthrow his intended receiver, Kobe Sorrell, the tight end. And that's going to bring up a 4th and long. Ball spotted at the 49. Definitely going to be a punt situation. Glenn coach is not happy. He he had a touchdown there. That's about the 3rd overthrow tonight that could have been a Glenn Grizzly touchdown had they connected.
Well, if we look at both sides of the ball, Cedar Creek and Grizzlies, as far as offense is concerned, both quarterbacks are pretty much doing the same thing, except they've established a running game. We haven't. We're throwing incomplete passes, and so are they.
Yeah.
So the only thing missing here is if we can have a running game, which we're really kind of hamstringed, really, because we have one running back. We have Dominique Mojica, and they have 3 or 4 that can run the ball well.
Right, they're definitely running back by committee. The punt's away. It is a good punt. It's going to be fair caught by Ashton Figueroa. And he's going to fumble the ball, but get back on top of it at the 5-yard line.
Just silly fundamental mistakes.
And it's going to set us up. Now, listen, you played up, well, you never played football.
I played some football.
Okay, so you know how hard that ball gets when it's cold? So I get it, but it ain't that cold out there.
No.
It's not cold enough to make the leather hard.
No, it ain't Michigan cold.
Right. I played in Massachusetts for a year. So I know what you're talking about when you say northeast, north cold. It ain't this cold. It's 50 degrees.
They're not shoveling the snow off to see the lines on the field, okay? So it isn't cold yet.
No, I don't know why we're having such a hard time holding on to the ball tonight, but the ball is not that cold. But nevertheless, first down at 10, ball spot at the 5. Pruitt in shotgun in his own end zone. He's going to have to be very careful here. 2:36 remaining before halftime. Glenn showing blitz, and they do. They bring 6, and it's going to be under pressure, but Pruitt's going to step up, fumble the ball. I think he got it back.
Caldwell has a bad habit of carrying that ball like a suitcase
Yep.
and not protecting it.
And he did. He got it back.
He has that willy-nilly that he holds that ball in one hand and he just slings it all over, and it doesn't take anything to knock it out.
Tim Caldwell on the carry, the fumble, and the pickup, but it's going to be enough to get it back up to the original line of scrimmage. But we talked about that a few weeks ago. He took off on a big run, and he's holding the ball, and I said, son, your hands aren't that big. Tuck that ball away.
Yeah.
Shotgun formation for Caldwell. Mojica set off his right shoulder. 3 wide receivers to the right. Man coverage down here is Payne Allen. The snap's back. It's going to be Mojica up the middle, and he's going to have some room.
There
That's
he goes.
Galen Jackson. Oh, what happened?
They blew the whistle dead.
They blew
flag
it
on the
dead.
play on the far side.
So what happened is
They stopped it before, so it's going to go half the distance to the goal.
Yep, false start.
The fundamentals, these boys been playing together long enough to know that what the snap counts are.
Right.
I mean, Grizzlies got a pretty big front defensive line. They got a couple of 3 or 4 big guys there, consistent. That big number 95 in the middle. What's his name?
Jamal Collins.
Skylar Lee. That's a big boy right there. He's probably pushing 3 beans.
Shotgun formation for Caldwell. He's going to roll right. He's under deep pressure. He's going to have to throw that away, and he does. However, that might be a safety, and it is.
Yep.
He did not get the ball back to the line of scrimmage, and that's a safety. Glenn's defense scores, and they're going to get the ball back here at 1:57 remaining. Now up 9 on the safety. So when you're under pressure in the end zone, you throw the ball away, it has to make it to the line of scrimmage.
And you can't run out the end zone because you can't run out the backside because that's a safety as well.
Correct. So you've just got to have enough arm strength. The wind is about 5 to 10 in his face, but he did not get it back to the line of scrimmage. And that's why they called it a safety. So it'll be a free kick for Cedar Creek. But Glenn will take over up 9 here with 1:57.
It's just a matter of time before the Grizzlies connect on one of those deep route pattern passes. It's just a matter of time, and they got plenty of time here with just under 2 minutes to go in the first half.
The wind is our favorite because I think that's why he's overthrown a couple is that wind will carry that ball a little bit. But nevertheless, if we can hold them here, we're down 2 scores. We come back and get the ball at halftime. And hopefully Coach Edwards can make the right adjustments so we can start clicking.
Well, Shelby Morgan is going to – I thought it was a punt type.
It's a free kick. You can do either way.
Oh, it's either way you can do it?
Either way.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Ball teed up at the 20 on the free kick.
So why the 20 instead of the 25?
The safety. You
Just
get that
because
little bit of
safety's
advantage.
different?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kick is away, and it's going to be a good kick. A wobbler up across the 30-yard line underneath Glenn's legs to the 25. He's going to pick up and roll around, come in near side to the 20. 25, he's going to be brought down at the 24-yard line. Great coverage by Michael Edwards. Young Cade's little brother makes the stop. Brought up from JV this week to play. and makes an impact on special teams.
He's a good little player. I mean, he's going to be very competitive like his brother. I mean, he's a little smaller than his big brother, but
he's a little taller. I think
he's a little taller. He's got great numbers when it comes to being a receiver as far as the JV and stuff is concerned. He's got great hands, so we look forward to him. He's only a sophomore, so we look forward to him the next couple of years making an impact on this Eagle offense.
Well, special teams did their job, and it sets Leander Glenn back in their own end zone, rolling out.
Nobody's got that guy.
Oh, AC.
Oh, darn near intercepted by Alfred Collins.
So the ball was tipped. Rollout pass for McGuire.
So there was some confusion here, and I'm not sure if it was on purpose or what, but 13 for the Grizzlies, Roderick Stubblefield goes in motion, and Reggie Smith stayed put. Instead of following him, he stayed put, and that put Stubblefield wide open over on the flat over there all by himself because the two outside secondary had their mans covered. So, I mean, he has to follow that guy in motion.
Good on Alfred Collins to get his big hands up and block that pass. That's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Here he comes again.
Rolling left again, goes in. He's going to overthrow or outthrow Jaden Simpson on the edge there. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 10. McGuire on the incomplete pass. 1:36 here remaining in halftime. Can the Eagles make another stop and get the ball back before half? We shall see.
Alfred, this last series, the last 2 series, I mean, he's pretty much got in his head now that said, okay, well, if something's going to get done, I'm going to do it.
I need to make a play.
I need to do something here. We need to take control of this defense and shut these Bronco wannabes down.
McGuire in the shotgun. It's going to be a handoff coming right. And he's going to run right into the arms of Ian Flowers at the 30.
Scrum. Look at that scrum.
They're going to let him play and push him up close to the 1st down on a 2nd effort. Ian Flowers had him stopped at the 30. He ended up coming down at the 34. And that's going to be a yard shy of the first, but it's going to be 4th and 1, and I'm sure Glenn's probably, you would think they would have to kick here because they turned the ball over here. If we stop them again, that's going to set us up in really good field position. I think what they're doing is they're lining up to see if we'll jump.
Well, we haven't jumped yet on defense. Offense we have, but I don't think we've jumped yet on defense.
They're going to call a timeout once the clock runs down to 0. And that's exactly what they're doing. Timeout. And so that's what they did. They were trying to get us to jump, and now it's going to bring on a punting situation.
Well, you're not. I mean, how are you going to get the defense to jump when your quarterback's not even under center? He was already walking over to the sideline with 3 seconds left to go on the play clock. How are you going to – and the defense is like, well, unless it's one of those Tom Brady trick plays where they're going to direct snap it to the running back.
It could have been poor execution if that's the case. Nevertheless, it'll bring up a 4th down and 1. Again, if Glenn is brave enough to go for it and we stop them, it will turn the ball over with us in Glenn field position with just shy of a minute.
Well, how many timeouts they have left? So Glenn has 1 timeout left, so they can run it down another. Well, the clock won't start though until the ball's snapped. So
right. So we'll get it back somewhere around that 38 to 40 second mark.
As the Eagle band is making their way to the, I guess that's the north end zone. I don't know how this field's laid out. That's north end zone.
That's north.
And the Eagleettes are over there getting ready to make the field. I am going to be breaking away here shortly at halftime to go over and do the announcements for the band. So we'll switch you over to SHN Sports.
Punt formation, the punt's back. It's a bad snap. Deep pressure for the Eagles, but he did get it away. And it's going to take a Glenn bounce up.
Don't touch
get away from it, Ashton. Across the 20, just a fantastic punt brought down at the 16-yard line, and that's where Cedar Creek will take over here. 28 seconds remaining, and
so
that
60-yard punt with the roll.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. I cannot imagine Glenn going for it in that situation. There's zero reason. They're up 2 scores.
Actually, it was more than that.
The last
64 yards.
Yeah, the last thing they want to do is turn the ball over in their own end zone. I mean, their own territory.
Well, not a lot of offense to talk about as far as the Cedar Creek Eagles are concerned. They've had plenty of opportunities.
Tim Caldwell back out at quarterback.
So whether this is a planned dealio or we could talk about it here at halftime in a minute. But I'm not sure what the switcheroo stuff is going.
I'm not either.
I mean, Ty is struggling with his throws.
Snaps back for Tim. He's going to go deep. He's
There
got
one.
Payne.
Oh,
Oh, just off his
fingertips.
hands. Colton Fitzhugh, excuse me, not Payne. No, it was Payne. No, it's
number
Ty
6.
Pruitt.
Ty Pruitt.
It's
yeah.
Ty Pruitt on the receive.
Well, last year when he wasn't playing playing quarterback, he was wide receiver.
He was wide receiver. That's right.
He was a heck of a receiver. He's a
Just
great slot
off
receiver.
of Pruitt's hands.
So maybe that's the.
Maybe that is the adjustment.
That was a nice chunk by Caldwell. He threw that ball farther than I thought he could
It
throw
was a good chunk. Snaps back. Caldwell rolling right. He's got protection. He fires. And just out of bounds goes Payne Allen. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 10 here. 17 seconds remaining. The last thing we need here is a pick 6 or something stupid.
Yeah.
Let's go into the halftime down 2, but only down 2. And we get the ball coming out of half after the coaching staff makes the adjustments. Tim Caldwell in the backfield, shotgun formation. He's got Javon Livingston and Ty Pruitt near side. Fitzhugh and Allen top side. He's going to step up. He's under a little pressure. He's going to run it. Tuck the ball away. Good job, young man. Gets up to the 20-yard line. Well, that's going to bring up a 4th down here, and that's going to bring us to halftime.
And there it is, number 48.
Barring anything silly, and that's it.
All right.
So we're at half here at AC Bible Junior Stadium. Glen 9, Cedar Creek 0. We'll be back for a quick halftime, and then we'll go to SHN Sports Desk. This is the Creek Broadcast Network. We'll be right back.
Hey folks, this is Pete from the Creek Broadcast team for Hours RV Service Center in Georgetown. All the RVs that I see on the road these days, how about having a peace of mind knowing that your RV is in tip-top shape by taking it to Hours RV Service in Georgetown. Located at 8480 Interstate 35 in Georgetown, Hours RV Service will make sure that your coach, fifth wheel, or pop-up, or bumper pull are all ready for the road. They honor all major service contracts, so you don't have to worry about voiding any warranties. Hours 5-star review customer service will make sure that you have the peace of mind to enjoy that vacation. Call Michael at 801-671-8672 or find him online at www.hoursrv.com. That's www.auersrv.com. No job too big, no job too small. In and out quickly, and most large projects are out in less than 5 days. Electrical, air conditioning, new installations and modifications, all available at Hours RV. Hours RV Service Center in Georgetown, the small business that's big on service.
Eagles Italian Grill is a proud sponsor of the Creek Broadcast Team and Cedar Creek Athletics. Located at 887 Highway 21 West in Cedar Creek, Texas. For information and a full menu, look them up at leositaliangrill.net. Grab your friends, grab your family, and let's go to Leo's.
Hey Eagle fans, did you know that you can find authentic Italian food right here in Cedar Creek, Texas? It's Leo's Italian Grill, located just west of Memorial Stadium on Highway 21 West. From delicious chicken parmesan to a hand-cut ribeye, don't forget Leo's famous pizza. You cannot go wrong with Leo's Italian Grill. No reservations needed, there's plenty of room at Leo's. For information and a full menu, go to leositaliangrill.net. Give Leo a call at 512-985-5302.
Life insurance is one of those subjects that make people want to change the subject, rather than admit they probably don't have enough. That's why State Farm agent Lori Tuggle in Bastrop focuses on how the benefits of life insurance actually live on by asking people to think in terms of life without having to sell the house insurance.
We are going to break that commercial and go to our award-winning Creek Sound Band. We'll be right back.
Now welcome to the field, the award-winning Cedar Creek Sound Marching Band. Creek Sound is under the field direction of drum majors Jasmine Rocha, Maya Cornelius, and Carlos Antevedo. This year's show is titled In Shining Armor and features the music by Brahms and Tchaikovsky. The guard member of the week is Catherine Mattis. The band member of the week is Giovanna Zarana. The band section of the week is the drum line. The band would like to thank Patsy Holland for providing equipment, transportation, and banding, and always being there for our students. Now please sit back and enjoy the show.
All right, that was your award-winning Creek Sound. Now time for homecoming here at Glenn. We're going to flip you over to the SHN broadcast Friday night booth, Football Friday, rather, and let them bring you up to date and up to snuff on what is going on in Central Texas. We will be right back.
And then out in 11-5A Division 1, the Battle of Pflugerville between Connolly and Pflugerville. It is the Panthers who lead 7-0. Cougars still searching for their first win of the year. Vista Ridge and Stony Point. I mean, Vista Ridge was dominating this game as they get ready to go toward the half. But Stony Point, the Tigers, there's a reason why they're undefeated this year as they have come roaring back. It is a tight contest, but Vista Ridge still leads 29-21. We're going to have to keep our eye on that game later on in this evening. We mentioned little brother Eastview. They still lead the Bastrop Bears out in 13-5A D2 as that game is played off of East 71, where the Bears are currently behind the Patriots 35-13. Wise on the road against Elgin, who lead 21-10 as they get ready to go into the half. And then out in Lake Travis, the Battle of the Lakes. This is going to basically determine who wins 25-6A, as most would say. Lake Travis able to get a touchdown here as the second quarter is coming to an end. They now have the lead 7-3. Hayes, one of the few teams in 25-6A, not Lake Travis or Westlake, to be undefeated, and I can't say that happens too often as the Rebels trying to outpace the Maroons of Austin High, as Austin High fighting to keep their playoff hopes alive, but they are fading fast and they need the win tonight. They are behind 13-7. Del Valle, the Cards, they have been stacked in their favor so far this year. The only losses they have suffered are against teams that they were predicted to lose to, but they looked like they were primed to win out the rest of 25-6A as they lead Lehman 13-0. LBJ still behind Dripping Springs out in Nelson Field as they are currently at the deficit 3-0. Crockett in Northeast Early College High, which used to be Reagan High School, that game's still at 0-0. And again, we mentioned your Knights of McCallum, Stephen, they lead Novato High School, which used to be Lanier, 21-0. Thursday night game, Cedar Ridge beats Hendrickson 31-21. Manor over Rouse 20-18. San Antonio Christian just edges out Hyde Park 26-25. Seguin beats Travis 50-7. And then the AISD Thursday night game of the week on SHN Sports. You can
update on the Granger game. Got in touch with Travis. It's Travis Sessoms over there, and he said they're waiting on the guys to return with the Transformers, so they haven't.
Okay,
so
unfortunately we had an updated score that was incorrectly updated for that game. Let's see. We have Goliad leading Luling at halftime, 7-6. I mean, Goliad, Luling, just kind of right on the cusp of our Central Texas area that we try to look at. Pleasanton over Gonzales that game, and just a little bit north of San Antonio, but not by much. We're trying to keep up to date, seeing what else is going on out there. I mean,
all right, we're going to cut from the SHN. We got about 2.5 minutes before we kick off the second half. We're going to
I don't know if she's
break here just a minute and come right back to you. This is the Creek broadcast team.
Broadcast tonight specifically, but
Hey, Eagle fans, looking for a professional and reliable insurance company? What are you waiting for? Call State Farm Insurance now at 512-581-3939 and talk to Agent Lori Tuggle. Lori and her professional, knowledgeable staff will assist you with all your insurance needs. Whether it's home, auto, or life insurance, they have what you want in an insurance company. Located at 815 Highway 71 East, Suite D, Bastrop, Texas. That's Lori Tuggle, State Farm Insurance, the name you know, like a good neighbor. State Farm is there.
The Roscoe State Bank strongly supports the efforts of the Bastrop Chamber of Commerce and its We Believe in BISD campaign, which unites the community and local businesses in support of the Bastrop Independent School District. Bastrop and Cedar Creek schools have great teachers helping great kids achieve great things. At the Roscoe State Bank, we do believe in BISD and in its mission to provide pathways with pride and purpose for all of its students. Find out more at WeBelieveInBISD.com.
Eagles Italian Grill is a proud sponsor of the Creek broadcast team and Cedar Creek Athletics. Located at 887 Highway 21 West in Cedar Creek, Texas. For information and a full menu, look them up at leositaliangrill.net. Grab your friends, grab your family, and let's go to Leo's.
This segment of Cedar Creek Eagle Football is brought to you by Bastrop Mobile Services. For mobile mechanic service and repairs on the go, call 512-718-8297.
All right, welcome back to AC Bible Junior Memorial Stadium. We are in the Roscoe State Bank broadcast booth about to bring you the Lori Tuggle State Farm third quarter. Your Eagles are down 9-0 here in district play to the Leander Glen Grizzlies. It was their homecoming night. I will go out on a limb and say our homecoming guys do a much better job than theirs. That was those kids walked out with the crown on their head like they already knew.
Yeah.
Ours, the way we do it. Not much of a surprise as we do it. They do it and it's a surprise. But nevertheless, I guess that's their tradition and so be it. Glenn is kicking off, boot to leather, and we are underway here in the second. It is a short kick. It's going to be fielded at the 28-yard line or 29-yard line by Clavin Clark.
There you go.
And Clark. And that's where we'll take over.
He's a crazy animal, isn't he, folks?
I am crazy. I hate this. The only thing I don't like about this stadium.
We are rocking. Is there like an earthquake happening or something?
We are shaking.
The wind ain't blowing that hard.
No.
That was about a 4.3 on the Richter scale there.
If you get motion sickness, you do not want to be up here.
Oh, man.
All right. Ty Pruitt back out under the helm. Livingston's going to be here to the near side. Ball spotted right at the 30-yard line on the near hash mark. Shotgun formation for Pruitt. He sends Mojica in motion. The snap's back. He's looking right. He's going to swing it out to Mojica, and that's going to be dropped by Mojica. for an incomplete pass. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Well, second verse, same as the first so far.
Not a whole lot to report from the first half other than a 4-yard touchdown run by number 21 for Glenn.
And then the Eagles
Julian
gave up a
Morris,
safety.
And then Tim Caldwell gives away a safety, and that's where we're at, folks, 9-0. Shotgun formation for Pruitt. The snap's back. He's looking right. He's under pressure. He's going to roll right, and he's going to be brought down at the 20-yard line. A sack by number 44, Derek Childs. And that's going to set us up deep.
I really think he needs to make that decision faster if he's going to roll out. He's standing in the pocket a little too long because, first of all, he only has like a 1-step drop. It's not like he has like a 3 or 4-step drop where he's able to get some distance between him and the offensive line or the defensive line for that matter.
So when he's been best this year is when he steps back into the pocket and not tries to roll outside.
Oh, that's if you got an offensive line that's working hard to keep the guys off you, and it's not so far. This game hasn't been that way.
Pruitt rolling left. He's under pressure. Green. He tries to Tony Romo, and he's going to have to do something. He gets a good block. He's going to be back upfield across the 10, and now up to the 20, and out of bounds at the 22-yard line. A pickup of 2. He ran around 25 yards to get 2, and that's going to bring up a punting situation for Cedar Creek here on the first drive of the second half.
We're going to mark it 4th down and 19 from the Cedar Creek 21-yard line.
Shelby Morgan will stand at his own 2 to get the ball away. The wind at his back.
Holy cow, look at that. That guy can't snap that far. Is that Cade?
That's Cade, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's got to come up a little bit.
Back up, nice, scoots up to the 5. Good snap by Cade. The kick is away, and it's a good kick. It's going to come down, be fair caught at the 44-yard line, and that's where Glenn will take over. Fair catch made by Joseph Rivera, and that's where Glenn will take over, 1st and 10 here in the second quarter.
You're listening to the Creek broadcast team on SHN Sports.
That rocking is rocking, man. Where's that coming from?
I think it's the fans jumping down there or something. I don't know.
I
remember last year we were the same way. We're like, wow, is this okay?
Keep my okra in check here. Shout out to the
Bush's
AC
Chicken.
Bible Junior Stadium here for great hospitality up here in the booth, in the press box.
Yeah, gave us a little Bush's chicken for lunch.
That was Bush's?
That was.
There you go.
Snap back, handoff up the middle, going to be stopped for no gain. Cade Edwards on the stop, a loss of 1 on the carry. There's not that many fans jumping in the stands, and it is making this press box rock. I cannot get over that. 2nd down now and 11. Ball spotted at the 44. 10:23 remaining here in the third. McGuire in the shotgun. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and he's going to be brought down just across the 45. Willie Rangel on the stop. That'll bring up a 3rd and long here for the Grizzlies.
Well, the Eagle defense is pretty much picking up where they left off. 4th and long, 3rd and 9.
Shotgun formation, McGuire. He's going to throw. Oh, that's going to be intercepted. Intercepted by Ty Pruitt. Flag on the play. Ty's not going down. Up across the 30, out of bounds at the 32-yard line.
That's too short for Ty.
No, that's not Ty. Excuse me. That's
5.
Damian Perez.
Yep.
There is a flag in the backfield. I don't know what the flag is going to be. Nevertheless, an interception by Damian Perez brought back up across the midfield back into Glen Grizzly territory if the play stands.
Well, the flag came after the interception, so.
So Ian Flowers is going to get called for a blindside block on the return. So it's going to be 15 yards from where that foul happened. So it's going to bring back the run back, but the interception will stand, and Cedar Creek will take over here. 1st down and 10 after they get the ball spotted somewhere.
It's going to be about the 30-yard line.
About the 30-yard line. And it's going to be just a hair over the 30 at the 31. So first down and 10, Cedar Creek on the interception. A little life here on the Cedar Creek Eagles. 9:35 remaining in the third quarter. Eagles down 9.
2 setbacks.
Shotgun formation for Pruitt. Snaps back. It's a bad snap out of Pruitt's hands. He's going to have to fall on it, and he does not fall on it. And that's going to be a turnover on a fumble. Bad snap through Pruitt's hands. 44. Derek Childs comes away with the recovery at the 20-yard line. I think they're going to spot it at the 21, but we just gave the ball right back to him. It goes right through the hands of Pruitt. Not a bad snap by any means of the imagination. It just went right through Pruitt's hands.
It was high, but it was catchable. It went
yeah,
right through his hands.
If it was perfect, it's in his chest, but it hit him in both hands.
Yeah.
So back on the field goes the Eagle defense here.
Oh, son of a... That's going to leave a mark.
Handoff around the left rather goes the Grizzlies, and out of bounds across the 15-yard line, up around the 13-yard line. Shamir Nichols on the sweep. So we're going to call that a fumbled snap. And that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 2 here for the Grizzlies and McGuire.
These windows start cracking. I'm out of here.
We will evacuate broadcast.
This thing's rocking. I know what it feels like to be on top of like Empire State Building or something.
Offset ice and handoff up the middle goes the big man, number 21, Julian Morris. He's going to have enough for a first down up to the 8-yard line where he'll be brought down. First down and 10, or first and goal from the 8 for Glenn. 9:17 here remaining in the third.
Eagle defense, they're just getting tired. I mean, you can't come into every game resting the outcome on the defense. I mean, it's just.
It's going to be a handoff for Morris up the middle. He's going to be met in the backfield by Reggie Smith, but the big man was able to drag Reggie up across the line of scrimmage. I think right back to the line of scrimmage where it'll be 2nd down and goal from the 7. Call me a liar. This line judge is a little confused too. It's going to be 2nd down and 8. No gain on the carry.
So single coverage to the near side.
Offset eye in the backfield. Man in motion on the sweep. And he's going to be met in the backfield first by Alfred Collins. He shakes Alfred. He does not shake Cade Edwards. And that's going to be a loss of 3. It's going to bring up 3rd down and goal from the 11-yard line.
So they started out the series with a 9-yard run, then they got a first down. And then they sustained the line, and then they just lost 3 yards. So this brings up a 3rd and 11.
Simpson in motion. Roll out McGuire. He's rolling right. He's
got wide open.
He's got a man wide open, and he finds him. Touchdown.
I saw that from here. Wide open.
Jaden Simpson on the touchdown. 11-yard touchdown pass.
6 points on the board. Bring the score to 15-0. Number 7, Fernando Rojas, on for the extra point.
As you just heard the announcer say, Rojas on for the extra point attempt. 7:40 here remaining. Grizzlies up 15-0. Now 16-0. And that's where we'll take a quick break. This is the Creek broadcast team. We'll be right back.
And putting another point on the board for the Grizzlies.
This segment of Cedar Creek Eagle football is brought to you by Bastrop Mobile Services. For mobile mechanic service and repairs on the go, call 512-718-8297 or find them on the web at www.bastropmobileservices.com.
I'm in a state of inundation from an endless iteration of discounts that State Farm gives to me. Good driver and good student. multi-car, and all the rest make up a veritable litany. They got a list of discounts longer than my arm. Get to a better state, State Farm.
Welcome back to Cedar Creek Eagle Glen Grizzly football, brought to you by Lori Tuggle State Farm Insurance and the Creek broadcast team live on SHN Sports.
The ball is teed up at the 40-yard line. I highly suspect they're going to try to kick it away from Javon, and they do. Kind of a squib kick, fielded by Vinclair at the 25. He's up across the 30. Shakes a tackle, now up to the 35, and that's where he's going to be brought down.
They were just raking at the ball. They're just trying to force another turnover deep in their own zone.
Trying to strip it.
Ben Clark had to protect that ball with his life.
We'll set up shop, first down and 10 here. Ball spotted at midfield at the 35, moving left to right, wind at our back. If we end up not pulling this game off, it will definitely be because of self-inflicted wounds here tonight. We have not done anything to help ourselves.
Penalties and just
turnovers.
we've had no offense tonight.
Penalties and turnovers.
That's you can't. I mean, everybody says, "Oh, defense wins the game." Yeah, well, so do points on the board as well.
You got to have little points. Pruitt in the shotgun. Mohique off his right shoulder. Man in motion is Vinclair. No, it's Payne Allen. It's going to be a sweep. No, it's going to be a keeper up the middle by Pruitt, and he's going to be up to about the 39-yard line, where it'll be brought down, second down and 6 here from the 39. They took a play out of the Glen Grizzly playbook. That's what they've been running pretty much all night.
Right.
Shotgun formation for Pruitt. Mohique is set off his left shoulder. Going to be a snap back. He's going to roll out. He's under a little pressure. He rolls right. He finds room. He goes for Livingston. He finds Livingston up across the 40, brought down at the 38-yard line, no, 33-yard line rather. That'll be well enough for a first down on a great play, keeping it alive by Pruitt to find Livingston. Livingston under heavy coverage just made a heck of a play. And that's going to be first down and 10. Ball spotted to 33. Pruitt in the shotgun. Hurry up offense. Or not. Second look at the line of scrimmage or the sideline for a play.
How many yards was that?
I did not get the count. Sorry.
I think it was like 32 yards. 32.
Shotgun back for Pruitt. He's going to roll right. He's going to fake. He's under pressure. He's going to fire, and it's going to be out of bounds.
Had Mohica right there. I don't know why he just didn't dump it over. He had it wide open.
Yeah, I think he was just under too much pressure. That's going to bring up a second down and 10. Trips to the top side. The ball spotted at the near hash mark. He's got Livingston down here in single coverage, man coverage, all alone. Snaps back. He's looking left. He's going to fire left, swing past the Mohica. Up across the 30 he goes. And he's going to be met right at the 28-yard line, where he's been brought down about the 27 on second effort. And that's going to move him a little bit closer here. It's going to be about a third down and 3 on the swing pass. You know, I really appreciate that play. However, you've got Javon Livingston on an island, single coverage down here. We've missed him so many times in the last 5 weeks. He is our best playmaker on offense by far. Shotgun formation for Pruitt. Mohica off his right shoulder. 3 to the near side. He's going to roll right. He's looking. He finds. He fires deep. Oh, and it's going to be broken up.
No flag. Wow.
No flag on the play.
Got there early.
Good coverage by number 16, Johnny Wynn, to break the pass up to Livingston. And that's going to bring up a fourth down and 3 here. And you got to think this is fourth down territory for Coach Edwards and Cedar Creek.
Well, Pruitt staying on the field, looking for some sideline instruction.
We're going to spread the field. Two wide receivers at the top side, 2 to the near side. Ball spotted at the far hash mark. Pruitt under center. He's going to send Payne Allen in motion. Now we're going to have trips to the near side. He's going to roll right. He's going to fire, and he has a man out of the hands, just out of the hands of Payne Allen, and that's going to turn the ball over to Glen. We have flipped field position, so we're back down to the Glen Grizzly side of the field. Ball will be spotted first down at 10 for Glen at about the 28-yard line, 26-yard line. Looks like we're standing. Where are you going to put the ball, guy? There it is, 26.5-yard line. Far side of the hash mark.
So a little promise showed there by the Cedar Creek offense with the connection between Javon and Pruitt. Javon Livingston and Ty Pruitt, but that's pretty much it.
Man in motion for Glenn. It's going to be a quarterback keeper up the middle. He's going to be met behind the line of scrimmage by Cade Edwards and crew. And that's going to be a loss. They're going to give him right back to the line of scrimmage again.
Yeah, that forward progress kills us sometimes. Second and 10.
Second down and 10. Great stop by Cade. Our defense is keeping us in this thing. We just got to get something going offensively. 5:23 remaining in the second quarter. Shotgun back, snap. It's a handoff, sweep right, or left rather. He's going to be met. Reggie Smith's going to know. That's going to be Josh Garza on the tackle. Yeah. Up across the 30 to the 33-yard line, about 34 is where they're going to mark him down. It's going to be about 3 yards short of the first. We'll bring up a 3rd down and 3 here for Glenn.
You're tuned in to the Creek broadcast team on SHN Sports.
McGuire in the shotgun. He's got Shamir Nichols and Julian Morris in the backfield with him. Now they're going to set into an offset eye. Shotgun formation, snaps back. It's going to be a turnaround handoff to Shamir Nichols, and he's going to be met right at the line of scrimmage, driven back. They're going to give him forward progress to the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up a 4th down and 2. And a punt situation for Glenn. Another big stop by Cedar Creek.
Another defensive stand by the Eagles. Exactly right. It's just, I mean, the Eagles, they have to. Who do we got next week? What? Elgin? No. We got Weiss at home, right?
Yeah. Ashton Figueroa back deep to return.
Nearly blocked.
And he's going to pick it up and run up across the 4.
Why didn't you keep going?
He just stumbled. Looked like the turf monster got him. He had a lane, and all of a sudden the turf monster got him, and that's where they're going to take over.
He had the outside lane there if he just would have stayed in that direction, but for some reason he wanted to cut back.
Yeah, and it tripped himself up, but nevertheless, good starting field position for Cedar Creek at the 40-yard line on the far hash mark. 3:55 remaining here in the third. Ty Pruitt in the shotgun formation. He's got Payne Allen and Livingston here off his right. Excuse me, Vinclair and Livingston, Payne Allen top side. Now Payne in motion. Snaps back. He's looking right. He's under pressure. Now he steps up. Now he's got some place to go. And he crosses the 40, goes up around the 45, and run out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A pickup of 6 on the keeper for for Pruitt.
This is high school football. I'm all for doing that, running out of bounds, but this is high school football. You need to drop that shoulder and let that outside linebacker know that you're not going to take anything.
That's right.
I mean, that's what I'm talking about.
That's
you
right.
got to do something. Sometimes you just got to take one for the team.
Handoff, Mojica up the middle, across the 45, up to the 50, and second effort across the 51-yard line. It should be enough for a first.
51?
Rather 49, thank you.
That sounds like me.
Yep. And it is going to be enough for a first
He's
down.
He's at the 50, the 55, the 60.
I know it.
And the Eagle band plays on.
Yes. The small celebrations of first down, that's huge. We need it. We need to keep driving here. Ball spotted at the 49. Shotgun formation for Pruitt. Mojica off his left shoulder. It's going to roll out. He's going to roll out left. He squares up. He fires deep. He's got Payne Allen. Just overshoots him. Man covered her. It was Payne. Payne, one of the few players on the field that Payne's got a little bit of height on, is number 17 for Glenn, Alexander Townsley.
Maybe he's nearsighted.
Maybe. Kind of just shooting high. But, I mean, the wind is carrying a little bit.
It ain't blowing that hard, man. It's blowing from that way.
Ish.
All right, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. It's the weather bug.
Snap back, rolling left. Steps up. He's got some room. He can run. And he does. Right out of bounds at the 46-yard line. It's going to be a pickup of
1. No, they marked him back.
Oh, good grief, guys. He's right in front. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to get in trouble.
Right.
3rd down and 8. Ball spotted at the 48.
Make some noise, I say.
Pruitt in the backfield.
Pretty impressive jumbotron for a high school stadium.
He's rolling right. He's under pressure. He shoots a man. He's up across. He fires. And he's going to throw it right at the feet of Payne. Allen. And that's going to lead to a punt situation here. 2:56 remaining in this quarter.
Somebody on that sideline over there is going to have a stroke eventually. I don't know who it's going to be. It's going to be Coach Edwards.
Either that or the wide receiver coach is sitting next to us.
Yeah. I think the wide receiver's right where he's supposed to be. And the wide receivers have been where they're supposed to be all night. Catch my drift.
Yep, drop passes and overthrows.
Not even that,
kick,
short.
Shelby. Kick away at the 40. He shanks it, but that's
that?
okay. He's going to take a Cedar Creek bounce up across the 25 and be brought down at the 24-yard line, and that's where Leander Glenn will take over. 2:46 remaining here in the second quarter. This is the Creek broadcast team. We'll take a quick break and be right back.
Come on, you crash the glass, you own the paint, that's how you protect your house.
State Farm knows that for every one of those moments, there's one of these.
Come on. You crash the glass?
Yeah.
And you own the paint?
Yeah.
That's how you protect your house.
Talk to an agent for help combining your home and auto into a plan that's right for you. Here to help life go right. State Farm.
Welcome back to Cedar Creek Eagle Glen Grizzly football, brought to you by Lori Tuggle State Farm Insurance and the Creek broadcast team live on SHN Sports.
Well, first play for Glenn was a sweep by number 13, Rondrick Stubblefield. He met Cade Edwards in the backfield. Somehow it only became a 1-yard loss. It looked like a 4 or 5 yard loss from here, but nevertheless, it'll be second down and 11.
Actually, they're giving him the line of scrimmage. Second and 10.
Second and 10.
This is like watching paint dry.
In
not a
motion
lot of
goes
excitement.
Stubblefield. It's going to be a sweep around the right side of Stubblefield, and he's going to be met again by Josh Garza. This time just enough for a 2-yard gain. That'll bring up a third down and 8.
It's 8 yards on the forward. No, I'm just kidding.
Third down and 2.
It's 8 yards on forward progress.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, band sounds good.
Band does sound good.
I'm going to burn in the heck. I know I'm going to. One of these days, somebody's might end up like that disc jockey in Chicago, get shot in the parking garage.
Shotgun formation from McGuire. He's going to roll left. He's looking. He's under deep pressure. Ian Flowers on the move. Back right side he goes.
Oh, you can feel them footprints.
If he just, he ran him from one side of the field to the other, did Big Ian.
And the sportsmanship that Ian has, pats him on the back, says, good job.
Yep, pats him on the top of the head and says,
you're lucky you didn't stop.
Way to throw it away, and that's going to bring up another punt situation, and the Cedar Creek Eagle defense holds again. Ashton Figueroa going back to set up around his 35-yard line to receive the kick.
I'm just really impressed this year by the Eagles that have stepped up and really brought their game. It's like Javon Livingston and Ian Flowers and Reyes and Rangel, all these guys that last year you hardly ever heard their name, and this year they're just huge playmakers on defense.
They are. They're definitely making an impact. Ball fair caught by Ashton Figueroa here. 1:09 remaining in the third. Cedar Creek will take over. First and 10. Ball's going to be spotted about the 41-yard line.
This is it right here. We need a score in the third quarter, or else fourth quarter is going to be a tough road to hoe, because you're only looking at like 2.5 possessions in the fourth quarter, and we need everything we can get here before that fourth quarter starts.
That's very, very correct. Shotgun formation for Pruitt. Snaps back. He's going to look right. He fires right. He's got Payne Allen at the 45. And he's going to get just up across to the 46, where he's going to be brought down by a gang of orange jerseys. A pickup of 5, rather.
Donald Sheldon. He gained 5 on the play, resulting in second down and 5.
Shotgun's back. It's going to be a handoff to Mojica up the middle. He makes
nice hurdle.
He does a little Zeke move, hurdles the tackler, and gets up across the line of the first down marker up to the 44, 46-yard line. And enough for a Cedar Creek Eagle first down.
Eagle first down.
Snaps back. Handoff. Mojica
nice
up the middle.
Back.
Big hole.
Nice
across
cut
the
back.
40. Up to the 39. pick up a 6 on the run for Mojica. 2nd and 4 now. That might be the last play of the third quarter here. We're down to 10 seconds and counting unless they hurry up and get one off.
Don't need to hurry anything.
And they do. Handoff, Mojica, met in the backfield. Line of scrimmage is where he's going to get to. It's going to be a 3rd and 4 as we go to the Michael Auer RV fourth quarter. This is your Creek broadcast team. We'll flip sides and come back and bring you all the final action.
Hey folks, this is Pete from the Creek broadcast team for Hours RV Service Center in Georgetown. All the RVs that I see on the road these days, how about having a peace of mind knowing that your RV is in tip-top shape by taking it to Hours RV Service in Georgetown. Located at 8480 Interstate 35 in Georgetown, Hours RV Service will make sure that your coach, fifth wheel, or pop-up, or bumper pull are all ready for the road. They honor all major service contracts, so you don't have to worry about voiding any warranties. Hours 5-star review customer service will make sure that you have the peace of mind to enjoy that vacation. Call Michael at 801-671-8672 or find him online at www.hoursrv.com. That's www.hoursrv.com. No job too big, no job too small. In and out quickly, and most large projects are out in less than 5 days. Electrical, air conditioning, new installations and modifications, all available at Hours RV. Hours RV Service Center in Georgetown, the small business that's big on service.
You're up.
All right, we're back here. That was a first down pitch and catch. Ty Pruitt to Payne Allen up across the 35 to the 34-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down. Creek driving here as we start the fourth quarter. Offset I formation for Pruitt and the Eagles. Snaps back. Handoff. Mojica makes a cut. Just gets back to the line of scrimmage there before he stopped. Actually, going to give him a loss of a yard. It'll bring up 2nd and 11 for the Eagles on the zone read. Shotgun formation for Pruitt. Mojica and Dalen Jackson in the backfield. They go in motion. It's going to be a pass. Oh, it's going to be almost intercepted. He threw that right into Sebastian Loreto Miller's hands, the linebacker for Glenn. Looking for Vin Clark. And we're lucky that didn't turn into a pick 6. That will bring up 3rd and 11. Ball spotted at the 35-yard line.
Will this, I mean, not meaning to be, negative, but will this be the first blank?
Yes. And Coach sees something. He's going to take a quick timeout.
Oh, he sees the play clock running out. That's why he took it.
Yeah.
It was down to 1 second.
Right. And that'll be his first charge timeout for Cedar Creek here. 11:24 remaining in the ball game. Glenn up 16-0.
You're listening to Cedar Creek Eagle Football, sponsored by Hours RV Service Center of Georgetown, AUERSRV.com.
So you alluded to, or you mentioned the Jumbotron here. I don't know that it's as big as ours, but they have 5 teams that play here, I think.
Well, see, they have a main. All they have is just a huge TV.
Yeah, we have the big.
Yeah, we have billboards on both sides of ours that allow for sponsorships for the stadium and all that stuff.
There seems like there's maybe a little clearer. I don't know. Maybe it's angle. I can't tell. But nevertheless, Vista Ridge, Leander Glen. Who else? Vista Ridge, Glen, Leander. I know there's a couple other schools here.
Everybody else uses Gupton, don't they? Or is that Cedar Park?
No, they got 5 flags over. I'm trying to see this. There's Leander, Glen, Vista Ridge, and then something. Maybe not. Shotgun back. Pruitt's under pressure. He slips a sack. He rolls left. He's got his feet underneath him. Now he's up across the 40, 35-30. Up out of bounds. Going to be out of bounds just shy of the first down, I think.
No, they might give it to him right at the 21-yard or 24-yard line.
Look where the line judge. The line judge says he went out of bounds at the 28, 9. Good Lord have mercy. Even the coach was giving him a better spot than the line judge. The Glenn coach. I don't get it. Nevertheless, it's going to be a 4th down and 5 here.
Even if I'm not mistaken, I just saw the Glenn coach take his arms and go, I can't believe that spot. No, I'm on the
telling you,
opposite
the Glenn coach had him out up closer to the 25-yard line.
That's crazy. All right, nonetheless, it's 4th and 4. Man, make it 4th and 9.
What happened? Now there's a flag. Delay of game. We had whistle way before the flag came out, and it finally came out. That's going to be a delay of game. And that's going to set us back, make it a little more interesting here.
That's not the player's fault. Unless interpretation is a problem.
We've called some weird officiated games.
I think we need to get the Athletic Booster Club to buy an earpiece for. Is that legal in high school?
Not in high school. Snaps back, rolling right. Pruitt's under pressure. He's going to step up. He's not going to be able to get the first down here this way. He's trying to make a play happen. He finally gets open, and he's going to be brought down. Big sack on the play by number 56, Jacoby Hines, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. Need to say, and I'm not picking on these officials whatsoever. We've seen some weird officiating in the last 3.5 years, but the way these guys are spotting the ball tonight is beyond me. When the coach that's standing on the sideline says he was out at the 25 and you spot him out at the 29, that coach was standing right there. He saw exactly where the kid went out of bounds at. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But nevertheless, we're not complaining. First down to 10, Glenn. Under center, snap, handoff around the right side. He's got a little bit of a hole, and then he finds Cade Edwards. And that should be a gain of nothing, but let's see. Yeah, and they are going to spot him at a gain of nothing.
Sure looked like he lost a yard on that, but like we were saying.
Again, a little weird. And it's not really been one-sided. It's been pretty weird both ways. Like we're not being one-sided here. It's just been a little weird. Nevertheless, second down and 10. 10:30 remaining here in the 4th. Shotgun formation.
Coach Love over there.
Handoff, sweep.
There you go.
There's
That's
Cade
a
again.
loss.
Now that's got to be a loss of a yard, and it is.
They gave him they gave him.
That's going to get it back to the 35. Cade helps the young man up. Again, just a bloodhound to the ball is Cade Edwards. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 11 here.
He's going to make some college a really good linebacker, man. If he can get somebody somebody picks him up, he'll play somewhere. There's no doubt about it. But
yeah, he absolutely is.
I think that he's underestimated. I mean, I just don't think he's recruitable based on his talent. But
and that's going to be the first charge timeout for Glenn.
We've talked about it in the past where his size could be a factor.
And he's bulkier up front.
Yeah,
you get next to the young man, he's got some bulk.
Yeah, he's definitely solid. He's got a neck like a tree trunk.
Yep, he just needs a little height. And I think at this point in his life, he's probably not getting any taller.
No, I wouldn't think so. We just got to stop him from getting wider.
Yep. But at that height and that speed, I mean, he'll play. He's going to play somewhere. He's just a heck of a ball player.
Well, it's going to be really interesting next season when we're losing nearly all of our key players, and on top of that, they're redrawing the district line. So it's going to be really, really interesting to see.
Yeah, we'll see
how and where we go from there.
Yeah, to give you an idea who we're losing on these names we've called out tonight: Dalen Jackson, Clavin Claret, Payne Allen, Colton Fitzhugh, Javon Livingston, Ashton Figueroa, Shelby Morgan, Christian Diaz, Reggie Smith, Cade Edwards, Josh Garza, Willie Rangel, Mason Selby, Carlos Medina on the line. These guys don't get enough credit. Jadon Lang Miller, Randy Barber, Troy Trammell, they're all gone. Zane Allen, and
Chris,
of course
Chris
Alf.
Jolson's a senior. He's going to be gone too.
Jolson left last year.
Oh, he did? Why is he still on here?
He's not. That's bad.
Oh, this is a bad one from this is last year's?
Jesus. I wouldn't say it's necessarily last year, but it's bad. They've added a player. And then, of course, Alfred Collins. So, out of all those names we just called last night, that's who we've been calling all night that's making plays, right? So, yes.
16 seniors we're going to lose.
It's going to be definitely a struggle next year. However, who is going to be back and senior? Ian Flowers, Ty Pruitt, Dominique Mojica.
Yep.
So, we'll have some playmakers. It's going to be a handoff on a sweep around the edge, and he's going to get dropped behind the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up a second down, and it should be 12, but I think they're going to give it 11.5-ish. I don't know.
All the Grizzlies are doing now is just working the clock.
Yeah, they are. They're working the clock. We're down.
Taking their time getting back to the line.
We're still only down 2, though. We could go for, we can tie them in 2 scores with 2-point conversions. Now, this won't be the first offensive blank we've had. We offensively blanked Fredericksburg. Javon Livingston beat Fredericksburg.
Yeah, that's true.
With kick returns and an interception return.
Right.
Snaps back. It's going to be a keeper for McGuire. Around the edge, he goes up to about the 48-yard line, where it's going to get him back to about the original line of scrimmage, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and long for Glenn here. 8:26 remaining in the ball game. Glenn up 16-0.
3rd and 9.
Shotgun formation for McGuire and the Grizzlies. Snaps back. It's going to be a handoff on the end around for number 13. He's going to be brought down with a 1-yard gain by AC Alfred Collins and a little cleanup help by Kate Edwards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down and 9 or 8 from the 50. And most definitely a punting situation. There's no reason for Glenn to take a chance here. They're going to try to pin us back deep. Ashton Figueroa will be setting up around the 15-yard line to receive this punt. 8:02 and counting here in the 4th.
You're tuned in to the Creek broadcast team on SHN Sports.
They're definitely going to take the snap, kick us away, and it's a decent kick. Figueroa's going to have a chance to return, and he does, up across the 20 to the 25. There's a flag on the play across the 30. Now up to the 35 and brought down at the 38-yard line. There is a flag on the play, so that's probably going to take us back.
Probably looks like a block in the back, probably.
Probably. If it is, it'll be on number 5. Damian Perez threw it right at his feet.
40-yard line, flag on the play.
Holding. Why not?
So that should be a 10-yard from the spot. Unless they called it a personal foul. I did not hear what he said.
It said holding.
Holding, okay. So 10 yards from the spot. That'll set us up deep in our own territory here about the – because it happened at about the 15-yard line. No, that's where we're going to set up at the 13, so it must have happened upfield here, a little closer. Shotgun formation for Pruitt.
Need a miracle. Need a miracle at AC Bible Stadium.
Snaps back. Pruitt's going to roll right. He's looking for a pitch. He finds a lane. He's up the middle across the 20. Across the 15 up to the 20-yard line. He'll be brought down. A gain of 6 on the play. On the option keeper.
Well, that outside linebacker on the top side there had that option red. That's why he had to cut back in. He had Dominique Mojica covered.
Handoff up the middle goes Mojica. A gain of a yard. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 3. I can appreciate trying to establish the run here, but we don't have a lot of time and we need 2 scores.
Yeah. That doesn't.
Shotgun formation, 3rd down and 2. Mojica off Pruitt's left shoulder. The snap's back. He's looking left. Now he's looking right. He goes over the middle and he overthrows Alfred Collins. How you overthrow 6'7".
280.
Sure. But he did.
It'd be like throwing out a billboard. I mean.
Yeah, he overthrew him, and that's going to bring up a 4th down, and we have to go for it. We cannot punt the ball away. And we are going to punt the ball away.
Yes, we can.
I guess we trust our defense enough to make another stop and give us enough time to make 2 scores here.
After we eat up 4 more minutes.
Yeah, we've got to get 2 scores on the board. Number 8 coming out to receive for Glenn is Jaden Simpson. I think it's the band making us rock like that.
It is.
Yeah. Hey, y'all simmer down there. The kick is away, and it's a good kick. And it's going to check up. So it had a little backspin like he was chipping on a chipping green. Wrong spin. First time tonight it didn't take a good Cedar Creek bounce, and it's going to die at the 49-yard line.
That defense is just gassed. You can see them running onto the field. They are just gassed.
Yep, they are.
I mean, they've been on the field, 70% of the time tonight. Even Ian Flowers over there sucking wind. Alfred's got his hands on his hips. They're just like, it's got to be frustrating.
It has to be. Shotgun formation from McGuire. Turnaround handoff up the middle.
There
Net.
you go, AC.
AC and Edwards and Crew. A loss of 2. Morris on the carry. It's going to be a loss of 2, and that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 12.
Watching Alfred that whole play right there, and he just moved that right tackle right where he needed him to make that stop because he knew exactly where that running back was going.
Yep. Give credit to the offensive line, though. They've kind of held Alfred in check for a few plays tonight. They've done better than most. They are double teaming him as usual.
Yeah.
He's under pressure. Ian Flowers on the rush. He's going to get the pass away, and it's going to be caught. What a fantastic catch with that young man, number 28, Kobe Sorrell, the tight end. And that's going to be enough for a 1st down and a move to change, and that's pretty much a deflator there, folks. They had McGuire under deep pressure, did Ian Flowers, and he was still able to get that pass away and make a complete catch for a 1st down. Jerry Torres in the first time tonight for the Eagles. Shotgun formation. There's going to be a handoff on a sweep right. Goes Hendrickson, or Nichols rather. 12-yard gain and another 1st down.
Oh, that wasn't a.
But that'll be another 10+ yards for the Manning.
Man, he looked like he was short of that 1st down.
Yeah.
Another Grizzly.
That's all right. That's the way it's been going all night. Well, the defense is starting to cave a little bit as we were just throwing them accolades.
Shotgun formation from McGuire. They can only do so much by themselves.
Exactly right.
Snaps back. McGuire's looking left. Now he goes right. He's got man coverage, and he goes deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good coverage by Damian Perez. Excuse me.
Jim McGuire's pass incomplete. Intended for number 20.
He's gone after.
Honestly, if I was Glenn, I would just keep doing that. Because it's just a matter of time before they connect. Because Perez is not going to be able to. Not going to be able to keep up with it.
At this point, all I got to do is run the clock.
Yeah.
They're up 2 scores, 2 solid scores. We have to get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion 2 times to tie. If not, it's a 3-score game. Snap back, handoff. Shamir Nelson up. Nichols on the carry up across the 30 to the 26 4-yard line. Excuse me. I think. We don't really know.
Don't know until it's snapped.
24. There it is. All right. 3rd and 7. 4:31 remaining here in the 4th.
Well, nobody likes to lose on their homecoming. So with Grizzlies having their homecoming tonight, I mean, they came out to not only win, but to save face with their school, because nobody likes to come to school Monday morning knowing that you lost your homecoming game.
That is very true.
Even though it's going to be Tuesday because it's Columbus Day Monday.
I think we're off Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah, there you go.
Josh Gar's on the stop. Kane Ramirez on the carry, looked like. Nope, I'm dyslexic, excuse me. Julian Morris on the carry. Yeah, Bubba texted me today. He's like, hey, I'm off to Wednesday. I'm like, what?
What?
Yeah. He's like some holiday or something. I'm like, yeah, it's Columbus Day, obviously, but it's Monday. Why are you off?
Should have asked him who Columbus was.
Yeah. Why are you off Tuesday? He's like, I don't know. They just told me not to come back to Wednesday.
Columbus is a town in Ohio, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a town on the way to Houston. That's where we stop.
It's called C-Bus. I found that out during corps this year, drum corps. This lady was from, she goes, because we had 3 buses. For the Genesis Drum and Bugle Corps, we had 3 buses and, big motor coaches. And she kept referring to it, back on C-Bus, back in C-Bus. And I'm like, C-Bus? So that means A bus, B bus, C. It goes, no, C-Bus is Columbus.
Oh.
And I'm like, Martha, why? I was thinking that the bus was like C-Bus. And you were telling me all this stuff. I'm like, what's happening on C-Bus? No wonder everybody wants to be on C-Bus.
So that is a timeout. And I don't really know who it was on because nothing's changed on the scoreboard. We still have 2 timeouts. They still have 1. I would have to assume that timeout was charged to Cedar Creek. Because if you're Glenn right now and you're the coaching staff, you're telling them, hey, cruise control.
Yeah.
Be clean.
Just protect the ball.
Yep.
Yeah.
Be
Exactly.
clean. So Monday morning, or actually I guess Sunday actually starting, the coaching staff's going to have to get together and figure out something. We cannot have two games this year of 0 offense. They're definitely going to have to fix that.
Well, going against each other in practice, I mean, I don't know how much that's going to show or how much that's going to prove. I mean, you can go over the playbook and, everybody does everything they're supposed to do in practice, but for some reason it's just not translating to the game time situations. And
I don't know that Glenn's defense is good as we're making them look tonight. Again, we're a lot of inflicted penalties and errors, mistakes, false starts.
Well, they established the run game early in the game, and they put us on our heels.
But I don't think they did anything we didn't know they were going to do.
No. I mean, unless they got the wrong film in the mail, I don't know. But I mean, like we were talking about earlier, but in the broadcast, the pregame, or maybe it was the first quarter, is just every time they get put back on their heels and they get down, it seems like their whole psyche changes, and it's more of a, I don't even know what the word for it is, not preservation, but it's more of a just a, type thing. I mean, it's frustrating to even talk about it because
let's think about this.
We know they're better than that than they're showing.
Right, and this doesn't mean a hill of beans, but let's think about this. So Glenn comes
There's
out,
an interception.
Intercepted. Reggie. Ball's intercepted. He's still on his feet, and that's going to be a turnover. Again, a terrible call by Glenn. You're up by 2 scores at 3 minutes, and you're throwing the ball. There's 0 reason for that. Nevertheless, I don't know that gives us enough time unless something drastic happens here to get 2
Well,
on.
I mean, I don't think they're worried about it because they know what our offense, they know what their defense has been doing all night, and they know what our offense has been doing all night. So they're not worried one single bit. It was a silly play call.
Right. They want you should want to control that clock and control that ball until they make you not control it, right? However, so Glenn loses 41-13 to Liberty Hill, first game of the season. At half while ago, Liberty Hill and Fredericksburg, it was a 7-6 game. That's
intercepted
right by
back.
Caldwell. Intended for actually Pruitt. Still on his feet is number 17 for
There he goes.
Alexander Townsley. And he's finally going to be brought down at the 15-yard line. So a big interception, another interception thrown by the Eagles tonight.
That was Caldwell to Pruitt, and Caldwell threw that. He aired it out. There was an opportunity there, but he threw it into triple coverage.
Right. He's not looking at anybody but
Pruitt. Exactly. That's what we call tunnel vision.
Yeah, very much so.
But nonetheless, I mean, it was, or nevertheless, I don't know what the word, but at least they were trying to. I mean, it wasn't like a run. They know that they should what they did should have done 5 minutes ago.
Right. Now, now they've learned from their mistakes, and I promise you we will not get a chance to get the ball back.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Glenn loses big to Liberty Hill. We beat Fredericksburg. Fredericksburg and Liberty Hill are in an absolute dogfight in Liberty Hill right now, 7-6.
Really? Oh, wow.
Right? They lose to they beat Elgin 21-16. They lose 42-0 versus Weiss. We got Weiss next week.
I'm telling you right now, that is. I mean, I want to be positive. I'm pro Eagle. I mean, but I tell you right now, if this team right here shows up, you're going to see another 42-0.
Yeah.
This is not. I mean, you can't come into any game and take a team lightly. I'm not saying they're taking them lightly, but I don't understand that. I mean, we have had absolutely. I mean, I don't think we're over. Are we over 100 yards offense?
Barely.
I mean, that's insane.
Just those couple of big plays.
You know, with a couple of pass plays that have kept us in that. You know, but it's, we're here down inside 2 minutes, and I don't think other than what's the closest we've been? We haven't been in the red zone one time tonight.
Once, I think. No,
I don't think we have. So we've played our whole game between the 20-yard lines.
The Glenn defense on the season for the first 5 games is allowing an average of 37 points per game.
Yeah. And here they come in, we get blanked.
And we're
0.
shooting this goose egg.
So something's not. I mean, I don't think this is a physical issue.
No.
This is a mental issue. This is an attitude issue.
Where
that attitude lays, I have no idea.
But you almost think, like, did they come in underestimating this team? We're 4-1, they're 2-3.
If a coaching staff is going to allow that to happen, I mean, you can't decide what a kid is thinking or how he's going to think. You can't change that. All you can do is just try to build the self-esteem in a kid to be competitive and not want to lose. I mean, I'm not saying they want to lose. I'm just saying that losing should not be an option.
And I promise you, in their mind, it's not. But I don't know. We've done things tonight, and I don't think their defense is strong enough to make us do the things we've done bad.
Yeah,
we don't throw interceptions.
We've had over 60 yards in penalties.
Yes,
almost 70 yards in penalties.
We don't false start. We haven't all season.
No.
We've been a very clean football team up until tonight's game. Even the loss versus Brenham.
Something is out of sync.
Right.
Something's out of sync. Whether it's a communication error, whether it's an attitudinal issue, or what it is, something is just not. Something's not right. This is not the same team that we saw against Bastrop. And sure, attitude comes into play there when it comes to Bastrop, because that's a dog-eat-dog game no matter how you cut it. But it's not. I mean, this isn't the team the team we saw against Brenham.
No,
when we lost by 20.
It's not.
They played.
And that's exactly what my point is. Kudos to Glenn, but that defense isn't good enough to blank us.
No, they're not.
They're not.
We could not get anything working, offensively as they take a knee to wind the clock down here.
Yeah, that was the last knee.
And it's just, I mean, it's frustrating. It's frustrating from the top looking down. I can't imagine what the coaching staff is going to, trying to get all these kids on the same page. I think there's some, I don't know for sure, but I think there's some internal issues that are being dealt with, and I don't know what those deals are, but it's not we don't score any points.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be that.
Now listen, we didn't score any offensive point against Fredericksburg, but again, Fredericksburg is against one of the top 4A teams in the state right now, Liberty Hill, and they're playing them 7-6. I get that. That we didn't score any against that defense. This defense is allowing 37 points a game. We should not have blanked. I don't know what the deal is. I know the coaching staff's going to be frustrated, but they're going to get it figured out. I have the utmost confidence in Coach Edward and these guys to get this thing figured out, because we've got to go to Weiss has got to come to us next week, and then we've got to get a couple more wins if we want to continue in the district into playoffs. Because now we're 1-2, we're 4-2 overall, but we're 1-2 in district. We've got to beat Elgin. We've got to try to find a win somewhere between Weiss and Eastview. And then Marble Falls, God bless them, they're rebounding this year. that should be a win. But we're going to need three to four wins to get in the district. And so it's going to have to come somewhere between Weiss, which is no cakewalk, Eastview, which is no cakewalk, and who else? Who else did I say? Weiss,
Eastview, Elgin.
Yeah. Which is a toss-up, right? So we've got to find a win in there, and we've got to take care of business at Marble Falls if we want a chance to go to the playoffs.
Well, we're going to take a short break. You're listening to the Creek broadcast team live from AC Bible Junior Stadium here in Leander School District, where the Eagles just drop a tough one, 16-0 to the Glen Grizzlies on their homecoming night. We're going to take a short break, and we're going to be right back with your post-game wrap-up. I'm Pistol Pete with Scotty Martin.
You're listening to Cedar Creek Eagle Football, sponsored by Ours RV Service Center of Georgetown, AUERSRV.com. Eagles Italian Grill is a proud sponsor of the Creek broadcast team and Cedar Creek Athletics. Located at 887 Highway 21 West in Cedar Creek, Texas. For information and a full menu, look them up at leositaliangrill.net. Grab your friends, grab your family, and let's go to Leo's.
This segment of Cedar Creek Eagle Football is brought to you by Bastrop Mobile Services. For mobile mechanic service and repairs on the go, call 512-718-8297.
Thinking about building something? The Roscoe State Bank in Bastrop has money to lend for your project. Whether it's commercial or residential construction, the lending experts at the Roscoe State Bank can get you the funding you need to get the job done. Drop by the Roscoe State Bank at 710 Highway 71 West in Bastrop, right in front of Home Depot. Roscoe State Bank is an equal housing lender and a proud supporter of the Bastrop ISD and Cedar Creek Athletics. Roscoe State Bank, member FDIC.
You could be my love, even if the sky is falling down. I know that we'll be safe and sound.
So many Americans struggle with finances. Starting today, State Farm is here to help, giving us all the chance to simply sit down and learn. Visit letstarttoday.com or talk to an agent.
We're safe and sound.
The Creek broadcast team would like to thank all of its sponsors for making this possible to bring you Cedar Creek football live on SHN Sports. Roscoe State Bank, Lori Tuggle State Farm Insurance, Ours RV Service of Georgetown, Bastrop Mobile Services, and Leo's Italian Grill. Special thanks to SHN Sports for giving us the opportunity to bring you Cedar Creek Eagle football.
Welcome back to the Cedar Creek Eagles Glen Grizzlies, brought to you by Roscoe State Bank, the Creek broadcast team live on SHN Sports.
All right, we're back here at AC Bible Memorial Stadium on the wrap-up show. Cedar Creek drops a heartache tonight, 16-0 to Glen. That brings us to 4-2 on the season. Although that is a winning record, we are 1-2 in district. We have a losing record in district. We've got to get a couple more wins to get into the playoffs. Glen goes to 3-3 on the season and 2-1 in district. So they have wins over us and Elgin now in district play and in the driver's seat for their playoff spot coming here up in November. Coach speak. If my coaching side of me tells me that the reason, we try to analyze what happened, what did we do wrong. The one thing that we did tonight that we haven't done all season long, even in the loss to Brenham, was turnovers. We lost a turnover battle tonight. We intercepted them twice. They intercepted us twice. We also had a fumbled snap, and that safety counts as a turnover as well. So we lost the turnover battle, Pete, 4-2. And we lost, and consequently, we lost by 2 scores.
Well, I mean, we had opportunities. Our defense steps up and create a situation where we were able to intercept the ball, and then on the same play, we end up getting a penalty and ended up going back even further. So we were stuck in a hole. And then the first play out of the turnover that we should be taking advantage of, the very first throw, we give it right back to him on an interception, thrown into triple coverage. So.
Right.
The idea that corresponding on texting, the fact that people think that they were rushing 8, 9 people all night. They weren't. They had a 3-man front. They had 3 linebackers, and they just that 3-man front, that 3-man rush, that pass rush, just it shut down because they know by watching film that our offensive line is weak.
A little suspect. Yep.
It's very suspect, and it was easy for, and those 3 guys that were rushing off of defense on the Grizzlies side were pretty big kids, and they're all consistent. That one, like I said, that one in the middle at number 95, Mr.
Jamal Collins.
Jamal Collins. I mean, he's probably pushing 300 pounds. So that's not a lot. We don't have anybody on the offensive line that can hold that back.
Yep.
So if you have one guy that's opening up one hole for a linebacker
they did what we do to most teams.
Exactly.
They did what we do with Alfred. Yeah. No doubt.
I mean, the idea that they're rushing 8, 9 people or stacking 8 or 9 people in the box, that's not the case at all tonight. They weren't doing that. They were playing most of the night with 2 safeties. Free safety and a safety.
And kudos to the coaching staff. Typically, when your quarterback's under duress most of the night, you start trying to run some screen plays, and we did.
Yeah.
We just overthrew them. We underthrew them.
Accuracy tonight was a huge issue.
We just didn't give Ty enough time to even let the screen set up.
And that's a lot to do with it, too. If you go into a play before the ball's even snapped, knowing that you're going to have to run for your life, I mean, we watched Hunter do that how much last year?
A lot.
Hunter Houston did that same there. And a couple years before that, Tristan Hendricks, when he was quarterback, we always used to say, oh, my God, this, that, and the other, all that. But he was literally the whole game running for his life.
Yeah.
Why we go into a game, or not a game, but into a season where we just stack the snot out of our defense, and defense, but we don't have anybody in the offense that can protect the ball or give the runners or give the quarterback time to throw. I don't understand the point. And I am not a football guy, and I'm here to tell you, and it's really starting to make me angry. I'm not a football guy. I never claimed to be a football guy, and if anybody wants to talk about that, then that's fine. If you want to talk about hockey or basketball all day long, I'll school you all day long. Football, I don't know squat about it, but I know when something is not right.
Yeah, it's clear. You can see it, especially from up here. But it's tough. Each school is given the cards they're given each year. You do the best you can. There's some schemes and some things you can do to help undersized linemen, and there's some things you can do that absolutely makes them look worse than they really are by trying to run those plays. But nevertheless, we'll let the coaches be the coaches. From a top side view, though, we definitely know that we've got to get something offensively figured out. We can't have another offensive blank and expect to go to the playoffs with probably the best team Cedar Creek's ever had. We've got to get that figured out.
Well, I mean, like we alluded to earlier, this is a kind of a take all season for the Cedar Creek Eagles because this is this is a true situation of that there is no next year.
Right.
Because next year or the next year and a half or 2 years are going to be building years. I mean, we're going to have to use a whole district realignment to rebuild this team. And I have no idea. I mean, I guess we could talk to Coach Pearson, and I mean, maybe it would have been a good idea to maybe get him in here. He was sitting up here tonight, and we could find out, what's the middle school looking like? What do we have coming up? What do we got to look forward to in 5 years?
Yeah, what's JV look like? I think we're pretty stout JV wise.
Well, I mean, the JV's not doing very well. From what I understand, they got hammered the other night by Leander. Or by Grizzlies. I think it was like 44 or something or whatever it was. And then our freshman team got hammered like, I don't even know. I think I don't know how far. The clock only had 2 numbers on it. I mean, you couldn't even go. So it was a lot. That game was last night at Cedar Creek High School at the practice field. So I know it sounds like a broken record, but I tell you, it really, really frustrates me when you know you have a better team out there than what's showing. And I don't know. I don't know what the issue is. I don't know if it's – man, I'm telling you, one of these days this is going to get me in trouble because I'm going to have to defend myself.
We're going to have to learn how to win away from home.
Well, not only that, but I really, really think this boils down to a coaching situation. I really do. And maybe it's not necessarily Coach Edwards. Maybe it's a combination. I mean, I think Coach Edwards his heart is right where it needs to be. He loves this team. He loves he loves our town. He loves our county. I mean, he's from there. Unfortunately, he graduated from Bastrop High School, but that's never here. That's here and there because Cedar Creek didn't even exist back then. But nonetheless, I don't know what the answer is. I can sit here and pick out a problem and stuff like that, but I can't tell you what the answer is because I'm not in that locker room. I'm not on that field. I'm not. And on top of all that, I don't know crap about football. So I don't care. I mean, I really don't. I mean, I do, but I don't. It's just, oh my gosh, it's just so frustrating to see these, because I know these kids are having to go home and lick their wounds and and then later on, coming back to school, they have to hear it from their friends. Oh my God, you guys really stunk it up. Whatever.
Well, this one's going to be a harder loss than Brenham, right? Because Brenham's expected to be good.
Well, Brenham was non-district. Well, they are district. They're district. They're our first district.
They're the top of our district. Yeah. They're expected. Them and Weiss are expected to be 1 and 2 again. Yeah. So it's kind of expected. You go into that team, you come out 44-22. You're like, okay, we at least showed up. We had a decent night. We got it. We beat. We lost to an inferior, a better team. I don't think, in my heart of hearts, we lost to a better team tonight.
If you have a team that's one-sided to where all they can do, all they know how to do is run the ball, I don't think they had. I think they had 1, maybe 2 pass completions tonight.
Well, they had the 1 touchdown pass.
Yeah, the kid that was wide open. Then they had 1 on the sideline right here where the kid made a really miraculous.
Let's call it a handful.
Yeah.
Right. Here's what's the most hardest part that's choking you. They beat us at our own game. They ran into our strength and beat us.
And I really think we put a lot of. I mean, I think we put a lot of pressure on Dominique Mojica. We really do. We put a lot of pressure on him. He's our only running back that we have. I don't think if he gets hurt, if he was to get hurt, Dalen, and he's half the size of Dominic.
Yep.
I mean, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but that can't be an advantage. I don't know. I'm talking too much.
We're killing a little bit of time here as the bands get loaded back up. Nevertheless, this game is in the books, so now we stop here. We look forward to going back home to the friendly confines of Memorial Stadium next week as the Pflugerville Weiss Wolves come to town to face our Cedar Creek Eagle defense.
And that's crazy. I mean, you have a team that went 0 for last year, and now they're coming in and just dominating this year.
Isn't that goofy?
I mean, that's crazy. I mean, everybody's at the end of last year, it was like, oh, no, we don't have to worry about Weiss. And all of a sudden they come out with a defensive line that's got 3 D1 recruits on. I was like, where did these kids come from? I mean, they redrew the lines, I guess, this year. So I guess a lot of those kids that went to Hendrickson are now forced to go to Weiss.
Some,
so,
yeah.
That may have been the issue there. But nonetheless, if they go into that game, if they go into Friday night's game, taking it light, then that is that's not gonna be pretty.
No,
I'll be.
It's just like we did last year. We went down. Brenham came to town, and we beat them. Right, so it can be happen. Yeah. It can happen. Brenham easily was the best team in district last year, and we beat them at home. We are playing in the friendly confines of Memorial Stadium. But to give you a little bit of rundown, what's going on tonight, from what I can tell, Cedar Park is going to looks like they're going to down Georgetown 38-15. Leander is going to fall to Round Rock somewhere in the neighborhood of 53-7. Eastview is going to beat Bastrop 35-20 ish. This is not finals. These are just what's up now. Of course, we fall to Glenn 16-0. And that's kind of what I got as far as the SHN family here in Central Texas.
And Eastview is not somebody that we can take lightly either.
Absolutely not. Eastview is really, really talented. They have an outstanding quarterback. Matter of fact, their quarterback is leading the conference in most every stat.
Most everything?
Mm-hmm.
That's not good.
Yeah, he's an extremely good quarterback.
They got one player that just does everything.
Yeah, Colson,
that's what we want to hear.
Colson is his name, and he is a really, really good quarterback. So we definitely can't look past Eastview. And they're going to make a run for the playoffs. Good thing is Bastrop lost.
Well,
so we're still up on Bastrop.
We shall live to die another day. Scotty Martin. So live from AC Bible Stadium right here in Leander School District, the Grizzlies outweigh the Cedar Creek Eagles 16-0 in district play. Eagles move to 4-2 on the season, 1-2 in district. And the Grizzlies go to 3-2, or no, 4-3, 3-3 overall, 2-1 in district play. There you go. I was trying to remember that from what I saw earlier. So on behalf of the Creek broadcast team and SHN Sports and the Cedar Creek Eagles, the Cedar Creek Band Boosters, whoop, whoop, and all of our sponsors, Roscoe State Bank, Ours RV Repair of Georgetown, Leo's Italian Grill, State Farm Insurance, Bastrop Mobile Services, we thank you all, and we wish you a good night. Good night. That was a good one. Good night from Bible Stadium here in Leander School District. I'm Pistol Pete with Scotty Martin. We'll see you Friday night as the Eagles take on the Weiss Wolves live high atop Memorial Stadium.
Good night.